Greetings, friends. I'm AK.
And I'm Laura.
And we are
the Chainsaw Girls. On today's episode, we are going back to the motherfucking 90s, baby. We are covering 1998's Urban Legend.
I really went, I don't know where I went with that intro. I was like, the Chainsaw Girls. I really leaned into that.
I liked it. I was into it.
You can currently find Urban Legend on Paramount, Pluto, and Tubi.
Ooh, we love Tubi.
And we have a couple things we want to talk about before we jump into this episode. So, number one, you might notice this sweet Bride of Frankenstein shirt that I'm wearing that Laura got me because it's my birthday week at the time of this episode.
Yay! Happy birthday week!
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
I was going to go burr, burr, burr. Well, I just did.
You just did it.
But it was I knew it was going to be a horrible horn noise, but you know what?
I liked it.
I almost couldn't get the word noise out. Noise. But it's my birthday week, and I'll make horrible horn noises if I want to.
Hell yeah, you will.
And she also got me this beautiful Elvira, what would you call that, a plaque?
Yeah, it's like a plaque, wall plaque.
That is going to be hanging on the wall. For now, it's sitting up there. And this Frankenstein blanket.
Yay.
That you might be able to see if you're watching the YouTube. The YouTube. You know what I'm trying to say. If you're watching it on the YouTube.
Listen, guys, this is the first episode of The Loop. And by the way, it is way later than it normally is for us to record. And I drove here this morning. So yeah, this is where we're at.
Yeah.
So strap in and
strap on.
Woohoo!
We're also going to talk a little bit about our experience at Toy Hio, but we're going to really get into that in the extended. But we had so much fun.
Oh, it was the freaking best.
And if you are watching on YouTube, you can see a beautiful little Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors that someone brought me.
So cute.
Same person that did Angela up here on the wall, if you can see that. I don't know if it cuts off on YouTube, but
cute.
Love it so much.
Mm-hmm. I had such a good time.
And I want to know about your t-shirt.
Oh my God, I'm wearing my brand new bunny t-shirt.
I need one.
It's got me on the front, obviously. I'm licking a bloody knife, which is very on brand for me.
Yeah.
It says pro wrestling and horror nerd, also very true. And I'm obsessed with it. You can get it at www.demonxbunny.com if you'd like to have your own.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's where our Chainsaw Girl shirts are, right?
It is, yes. Okay.
Not just a shameless plug. I really was like, I should know this.
No, it's shame away.
Yes.
Plug away.
Shame away, plug away.
Whatevs. Anywho.
All right. So should you, by we, I mean you, read the IMDb?
I'm on it, girl. I am on it. Here we go. Nope, it's loading. All right. A college student suspects a series of bizarre deaths are connected to certain urban legends. To the point, IMDb.
Good job.
Not bad. So Urban Legend was directed by Jamie Blanks. He also directed Valentine. Have you ever seen Valentine?
I don't know if I have.
David Boreanaz. I saw it in theaters. He was one of my first crushes. I really enjoyed that movie, and I think we should add it to our February loop.
Hell yeah.
Heck yes. Okay. It was written by Silvio Horta, who was the head writer on Ugly Betty. It had a budget of $14 million, and it grossed $72.5 million in the box office.
Wow.
So a hefty profit.
Yeah. This was definitely the time of these teen slashers, the late 90s.
Because it was so similar to Scream, or had a very similar, not a similar premise, but close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was it didn't do great with critics.
Yeah, they thought that they were just copying Scream, basically.
Yeah, it was like a Scream ripoff.
For me, this reminded me of a much more sexually charged I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh.
More so than Scream, because I think the killer resembles the killer in I Know What You Did Last Summer a little bit, that it's a figure wearing a coat and you can't see his face.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Or their face, I should say.
Their face. Yeah. No, I can totally see that. This was actually filmed at U of T in Toronto.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this was filmed in Canada. I have some fun facts about that later.
Yay, I love it. Do you want to hop into the episode, or do you want to share fun facts?
I think we can hop into it. I will say before we start, I don't know that I saw this movie in full when it came out or when I was a kid. This might have been the first time I actually watched it all the way through.
Really?
Because I was surprised at the end.
Did you like the movie?
I did like it. Yeah.
It encapsulates the late 90s in a way that fills me with serotonin.
Exactly.
Also, a bomb-ass fucking banger of a tune, Save Yourself by Stabbing Westward. I forgot that song existed. And when it came on in this movie, I literally sat up. I was like, oh my God, what the...
They also had a bomb ass, I thought you were going to say cast, because they also had a bomb-ass late 90s cast.
Dude, like the 90s of the 90s.
Just to run through a little bit, we have Jared Leto as Paul.
Mhm.
Okay. We have Alicia Witt played Natalie, Rebecca Gayheart as Brenda. Rebecca Gayheart, I always think of her in Jawbreaker.
Yes.
So this whole movie, I wanted to call her Julie. I think
yeah.
that was her name in Jawbreaker. I should know that.
I know.
Tara Reid as Sasha.
Right? This is like peak Tara Reid.
Joshua Jackson as Damon.
And he was he Pacey in
Dawson's Creek?
Yeah. Was it Pacey?
I actually never watched that show, but I know he was in it.
I only saw like 1 or 2 episodes and I thought it was lame.
But that's just to name a few.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Robert Englund.
I was just about to say, lest we forget, Robert Englund is in this movie and
yes,
Brad Dourif is in this movie.
Brad Dourif is in this movie. Also, can I tell you one of my favorite characters is Reese?
I love Reese.
She's amazing. She's played by Loretta Devine.
Yes.
I love her.
Love her so much. And Danielle Harris as Tosh.
And Michael Rosenbaum. I freaking love Rosenbaum. I'm obsessed with his podcast, Inside of You. I listen to every single episode. He is one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah. You showed me that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I love how I'm like, just to name a few. Actually, we're going to name almost all of them.
Here's the full cast.
Not quite all of them, but there are definitely more. But we'll get into the episode and we'll mention them as we move along.
I love that idea.
Let's do it.
Shall we hop right in?
Yes, I have so many random things I want to say, but I'm just going to save them for the extended so we don't get too rambly. We can just jump right into the episode.
Okay, let's fucking go.
All right, so we open up on a dark and stormy night, and it's pouring rain as the credits roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we see a car driving down a winding road. I think right away this reminded me of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Totally, yep.
Driving this car is Michelle Mancini. Michelle's played by Natasha Gregson Wagner. And she's listening to Sasha's college radio show, Under the Covers with Sasha. And as we just mentioned, Sasha is played by Tara Reid. She has a very distinct voice.
She really does. It's kind of got that vocal fry.
It's like a rasp.
Mm-hmm.
I love a raspy voice, and that's before I even had a raspy voice myself.
I'm so sorry.
Stop. It's not your fault. It's like a hotline, right? Like she's accepting callers.
Yeah.
And it's salacious. It's sexy.
It's so 90s.
So 90s.
Yeah.
And so the girl that she's talking to, the caller, is talking about how she stole her roommate's birth control. Now her roommate is pregnant. And she goes, how am I supposed to find a new roommate before next semester? Like, that's the problem here.
No, for real. And that is an urban legend.
Is it?
There's a lot of, they obviously it's called urban legend, but
Right.
there's a lot of urban legends in this. And they talk about them throughout the film too.
Yes. That one I did not catch. I thought it was just for shits and giggles. But yeah, this is kind of happening in the background as Michelle is driving. So Michelle's reaching for a cassette tape in the back seat.
Oh, didn't she replace them with baby aspirin too?
Yes. Yeah, the birth control pills.
That is wild.
That is highly reckless
and insane.
and fucked up.
Yeah.
So Michelle's reaching for a cassette tape in the back seat, for those of you who remember what those are, and almost crashes. Okay. She grabs a cassette, and I meant to look up the name of the song. Do you have it?
I do.
Okay, perfect. I know the song, but I cannot think of the title.
Do you want me to sing it to you?
Yeah, I do.
Turn around.
Every now and then I get okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how much we can sing without getting in trouble.
Can I also say the fact that what we know later in the film about this girl, like, stop driving your vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't learn your lesson?
Right.
Okay.
But it's also funny that she almost crashed her car to get that cassette. Not that it's not a good song, but
no,
like,
but okay, can I tell you the vibe? So she starts driving, she's belting out this song. She is like, listen, dude, I totally get it. When I was driving here today, I was bouncing between like belting out these songs. I'm sure people that see me driving, I'm just like, because it's like this stage is yours.
Yes.
I can sing the top of I can yell. Not only do I sing, but I yell out affirmations while I drive too.
Affirmations. Oh, I don't sing. I just yell. Let Unbreak My Heart by Toni Braxton come on in the car and it is over for everyone.
Dude, anytime one of my like jams come on, loud as can be, I am singing, I am screaming. I love it. There is nothing tops a drive. Like I told you this, I go for drives all the time just to clear my head, but just like cruising down the highway and blasting some fucking tunes while you're by yourself.
Yes.
And you just get to belt it out. Bro, I love it. Okay. Anyways.
But yeah, she's getting it. And I mean, her singing, she's not singing the right lyrics. She's singing off key, which is fine. I get it.
I feel like it's so true to life.
But it was just so funny that she didn't know the words. And I realized in this moment, Scary Movie 2 had to be parodying this scene, and I didn't realize it. They have
Oh,
Cindy in the car singing
for
so
sure.
badly.
That's it.
And it's Vitamin C, and she comes on the radio and she's like, will you shut the fuck up and let me sing?
That's actually amazing.
And that's what I was waiting for to happen.
Can I also say in my notes, I wrote, I also sometimes just scream into the steering wheel.
Into the steering wheel specifically. I love that.
Like holding onto the handles, just like, ah!
I was going to say, I picture you going, fuck.
Yeah, I do, for sure. Absolutely.
But Michelle here is running out of gas. And we've talked about on this podcast before the rules of the road.
Dude,
okay.
you always fill up at half a tank and you always fill up at a well lit. You're like, "Ugh."
I'm like, oh, I'm more of a quarter tank kind of gal, but still.
I'm a half tank. I always, always, always do. But at nighttime specifically,
Oh, yeah.
if it's not a well lit service station, I ain't pulling over.
No.
And so she passes a well lit service station, but
Yeah.
she's so into her like concert that she just keeps driving and then she pulls over to this rinky dinky. I've never pulled into a gas station like this in my fucking life.
Oh, I have.
I have not. They always freak me out because they remind me of every horror movie ever.
Yeah, for sure. I've definitely had to do it. And Michelle did here because she actually is running out of gas. Like she's on E. Like,
She's on E. She has to pull in, and she does.
yeah.
She pulls in.
Side note, gas is $1.14 here
Do you?
per gallon.
Oh, I was gonna say. I remember in the 90s, like gas was like 60 cents a liter.
A liter, yeah.
And I remember when it became $1 a liter, that was a huge deal. I didn't really understand because I didn't drive at the time, but I remember that being like a big ass deal.
Oh, the first time I went to Canada, I'm like, oh my gosh, gas is only like $1 something. It's so cheap here. Oh, per liter. Well, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. So she pulls into this rinky dinky gas station and we see the gas attendant, and his name is, I don't know, but it is played by Brad Dourif.
We will find out his name is Michael McDonald
Michael McDonald.
when they show it on the news. And Michael McDonald was actually the name of one of the producers of this movie.
I love that. Okay, amazing. And for those that don't know, Brad Dourif voiced Chucky.
Yes.
He's amazing.
You can totally hear it in parts of this scene where he starts yelling.
Dude.
I'm like, that's Chucky.
I love him so much. But he startles her.
Mhm.
And honestly, like, dude, did you really have to run up to the window and like the way that he approaches the window?
Yeah.
It's so, I know he's not trying to be aggressive, but I 100% understand why she's like, this is scary.
Yeah, they set it up perfectly so that you do think he's sketchy. You don't really hear much from him because he does have a severe stutter. So
Mhm.
he's trying to say things to her, but it's not quite coming out right or quickly.
And it's pouring rain
Mhm.
and it's nighttime and she's alone.
Yeah.
I get it, girl. I get it. So he takes her credit card because she just rolls the window down just enough to like hand it to him.
Yes. And oh my gosh, it is the largest MasterCard logo I've ever seen on a credit card. I don't know if they used to be like that in the 90s, but I was like, they want to make sure you know, like MasterCard.
This is a MasterCard. This
Yeah.
was one of the first films that featured Pepsi as an ad.
Interesting.
Yeah. So she hands him the credit card through the window, little slit in the window. He takes it into the gas station.
Yeah.
And when he comes back out, like she's kind of sitting there. And when he comes back out, he tells her that the credit card company is on the phone because her card's like not working and they need to talk to her.
Mhm.
And she's kind of like, oh shit. She grabs her mace, smart girl. And she decides to go with him.
Yeah.
Also important to note, he has been like eyeing the back seat of her car. Like he's peering into her car and he's just acting like a little bit sus, right?
Right.
So she goes with him. Immediately, the inside of the gas station looks like very kind of run down. It's messy.
Almost like a mechanic shop at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And when she goes to use the phone, it's off the hook.
Yes.
So she starts fighting with him because he's like, she realizes like he's locked the door. Like
Yeah.
it all looks very sketchy. He's acting kind of erratic. And so she starts freaking out and she ends up macing him because he tries to stop her from leaving.
Yeah.
She maces him. Okay.
This is where you can hear Chucky's voice when he screams.
Oh, so true. So true. She manages to like break a window. She gets out. She runs to the car. She's totally freaked out. He jumps on the hood of her car and yells, stop. She drives away. He falls off and screams out, someone's in the back seat.
Yeah. So the whole time he was trying to tell her something. He was trying to stop her from running, but she's obviously like not going to listen because she
Right.
thinks he's attacking her. He couldn't get it out because of his stutter.
Right. And let's be honest here. His approach,
Oh, Terrifying.
Terrifying. Also, so this urban legend, it goes way back.
Mm-hmm.
And there's lots of different versions of it. The one that sticks out to me the most is I used to love this movie when I was a kid called Nightmares. And it's an anthology.
Okay.
And one of them is this gas station or like the killer in the back seat urban legend. Very similar, but every time I think about it, like I always check my back seat because of watching Nightmares when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, I've definitely heard this urban legend as a kid. And there's different variations of it.
Right.
So before it would be like somebody is following you on the highway, but they're
Yes.
flashing their lights because they're trying to
Warn you
that someone's in your back seat. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. If you haven't seen Nightmares, you should check it out.
Yeah, I don't think I have. I'm
It's
interested.
a fun one. I love it.
So she's in her car now, driving down the highway, crying. She's still singing the song.
Like trying to soothe herself.
Right.
Yeah.
It's still pouring rain. Someone appears from her back seat and she sees it in the rearview mirror at the last second. And then we just see like an outside shot of the car and you see the axe swing and go through the window.
Yeah.
Which another part of me was like, you swung the axe at her while she was driving on the highway? Like, what happens to you in this scenario?
Absolutely.
Right?
But I feel like once we get to the end of the movie, I don't think, this person is playing with a full deck.
Sure.
So we cut to campus and we are in Toronto, baby.
Yes. We were at the college where Sasha is recording Under the Covers with Sasha.
Pendleton University.
Yes.
I love that they call it a university because they don't call it that here, right?
There are universities, but we don't
Oh.
call college university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Canada, it's just university.
Yeah.
University.
You got it. We have college. We just call it college across the board.
College.
But I'm sure some people, when they go to like very prestigious universities, maybe they do say it that way.
Yeah.
I went to University of Michigan. I don't say university. I just say I went to college.
You went to college. I went to a college, but it's different. I don't know. There's some difference between the two.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sasha is in the booth. She's on another call. Felicia is on the line. She swallowed. I'll let you use your imagination on what she did. And she's concerned that she needs to get her stomach pumped. Okay. And Sasha tells her, I actually love this. Sasha says, ingesting bodily fluids is a big safe sex no-no, which I'm glad she said that. It's important.
It's progressive for the 90s, I feel.
I think so. And it's important that, people know that. I mean, I hope they do,
Yeah.
but you never know. And it is funny though.
Yeah, she congratulates her on her sexual choices because the world isn't ready for her to reproduce, which I was like, damn. She's basically like, you're dumb, bitch. Don't have kids.
Yeah, exactly. Don't swallow.
So, no, she should swallow. She should only swallow. Sorry. Anywho.
Any hoogly boos. So we cut to a coffee shop on campus and we're being introduced to some of our main players here, right? We've got Brenda, Parker, Natalie, Damon, and Paul.
Yes.
Fun fact. Jared Leto plays Paul. Jared Leto will not talk about this film at all.
Really?
Apparently, he regrets making it.
Oh, no.
So he will not talk about it in interviews. I think he's only mentioned it like once or twice in the last like 20 years.
Well, damn. That's interesting.
I wonder, I think maybe in my notes I might have reasons why, but I'm not entirely sure.
We'll get there. I loved this movie and I think he did a great job.
I think he did a really great job.
Yeah.
So, fun fact about Jared Leto, who plays Paul, he will not talk about this movie at all.
Really?
Like, he won't talk about it in interviews. I guess he's only mentioned it like once or twice in the last 20 years and apparently regrets making it.
Oh, no.
I know.
He did a great job in this movie and I love this movie.
I know. I think he's great in it.
It's such a fun slasher.
It really is. I don't know.
It's a slasher of the time, which I'm sure, I don't know. I can't put words in his mouth, so I don't know how he feels, but.
Yeah, but I think he was great in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's really hot in it too. And he's not, like, I'm not really into Jared Leto really, but he's good. He looks great in this movie.
So Parker is telling them a story about a professor who killed a bunch of students on the campus and then himself 25 years ago. And that's why
the Stanley Massacre, Hall Massacre.
Stanley Hall Massacre. And that is why they have this frat party every year. And Brenda's like, to commemorate a massacre. And they're just like, yeah, whatever. We want to party and we're going to find an excuse to party. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. So Paul comes over and he's arguing with Parker. Parker's played by Rosenbaum. And basically he's saying like the whole story is like bullshit. And Parker argues that the university paid off the news and all this so that basically like they could they could have more students come to the school, because if people found out that there was a massacre there, then they would lose like students, and then they would lose
Right.
funding, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like this huge ass cover up.
Yeah. And Natalie and Brenda don't believe the story either.
Right. And also Paul and Parker seem to have like a tense relationship.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely either don't like each other, or they just don't get along, but they're all in the same sort of friend group, kind of.
Right. Paul is a journalist for the school, for the paper.
Yeah, he's a very serious journalist.
And Brenda definitely has a crush on him.
Absolutely. Yes.
So when he walks away, she's asking Natalie, should I ask him out? Things like that.
I know. And she goes, was he looking at me? And Natalie goes, well, I think he was just looking at his reflection in the mirror behind you.
And she's like, damn, you're
Yes.
probably right.
Yeah.
So later, Natalie and Brenda are walking past this abandoned hall, which is a Stanley Hall that is abandoned, and it's all boarded up. And it's allegedly where the massacre happened. So they go up to the porch and they start saying Bloody Mary.
Okay. Explain to me why they're doing this to a door.
That's exactly what I wrote. I thought Bloody Mary had to be done in front of a mirror,
It
but
does.
it is a real urban legend that we've heard.
Yeah. I've done it. I feel like everyone's done it.
Well, I have not done it.
Really?
I've never done it. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I was so scared of everything as a kid.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But-
Also, you didn't fuck with the Ouija board either.
No, I still
I
don't.
fuck with that big time when I was in high school.
Hell no.
I actually considered doing it again just for shits, because I got a new one. It's like pink and purple. It's so cute.
A Ouija board?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do it when I'm at your house.
Okay, fair. I'm not actually
And
gonna
let me
do
know.
it.
And let me know if you summon anything weird.
I'm not actually gonna do it. I'm too scared. I don't want to summon anything.
But I always thought, yes, Bloody Mary gets played in front of a mirror, but they're doing it to this abandoned door for some reason.
Okay.
And so there's no answer, of course. They say Bloody Mary 3 times, which I feel like I've said it 3 times already, but it's okay. I'm not in front of a mirror. But suddenly they do
AK?
hear.
She's coming.
Stop!
through.
You. Why did I actually get scared? Y'all, I'm not playing when I say I'm fucking scared of this.
Yo, your eyes got so big when I said that.
Why are my eyes actually watering? Because of the sincerity and the seriousness in your face. I'm like, what? I also thought, was there a bug on me? I'm like,
Did that happen?
I think we cut it out of an episode, but straight up a bug crawled on me one time. We need the blooper cut of that. Anyway.
Oh my god, okay. Getting back to it. Why are they doing it in front of a door? Nobody knows, but they do. And then they hear some like banging, and then they hear like screaming.
Yeah, like moaning almost.
Moaning, yes.
But scary moaning.
Scary moaning, not
Not good
good
moaning.
moaning, no. So the girls start to back up, and as they're backing away, Damon pops up behind them.
Yes.
By the way, Joshua Jackson has the blondest hair in this movie.
Once again, so 90s.
Like it looks like it was box dyed, bleached blonde.
I feel like it was an Eminem thing.
Oh no,
At
for
that
sure.
time.
Do you know Joshua Jackson? I know a lot of people are like Dawson's Creek. For me, it's the Mighty Ducks.
Oh, okay.
He
yeah.
will always be like, to me, I love the Mighty Ducks movies. I sometimes will just like, I randomly watch them throughout the year because I just fucking love them so much. Part 2 is
Really?
my favorite. Dude.
You know what's so random? I just watched those, I think this year for the first time.
Really?
I probably saw the first one when I was a kid, but not,
Yeah.
I didn't rewatch that over and over like a lot of movies I did. But yeah.
I love those movies. Like, I can quote almost all of D2, the Mighty Ducks.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I love it so much. Okay. So, any hoogly boos, they bump in, Damon scares them. He's a jackass.
They have a lot of these false jump scares throughout this movie. It was a very 90s thing where you think it's a killer. Oh, it's just their friend. They do it a
Yes.
lot.
A lot in this for sure. Yeah.
He's definitely the D-bag of the group, I would say.
Oh,
Well,
we'll talk about him and Parker.
Parker, yeah.
Yeah.
Parker's another one.
Parker's pretty rough, but I would say Damon is worse. Okay. So Natalie walks back to her dorm and she bumps into the janitor.
The creepy janitor.
He is like textbook, you don't want to be alone with this janitor, okay?
It's so a stereotype of horror movies. It's the creepy janitor and he's watching them.
And I do think in this movie they do a good job of making everyone seem sus.
Yes.
Like you, I had no idea who the killer was, and I saw this in theaters.
Yeah.
I had no idea who the killer was the whole movie. And I think they just do a really good job of like all these different swerves, and it's a good whodunit.
It is a really good whodunit. I probably should have mentioned this in the top of the episode that if you don't want spoilers, you know that we always talk about spoilers, but if you want to see who it was for yourself for the first time, we highly recommend watching the movie first, as we normally do.
For sure. So Natalie goes into her dorm room, and we're introduced to Tosh, who is getting railed from behind. Okay.
I wrote the same thing. Getting absolutely railed.
Railed in the dorm room so loud.
Yeah.
And Natalie just goes to sleep. She puts headphones in. Okay, I didn't ever live in a dorm, so I don't know what dorm life is like. But please, for the love of God, go get fucked somewhere else.
I purposely went to the University of Michigan Dearborn so I didn't have to stay in a dorm.
I would never stay in a dorm. There's not but this I felt, I mean, Tosh, by the way, is played by Danielle Harris, who we love.
Yes.
Tosh is an asshole. It's pretty obvious throughout this film. She's kind of a dick, you know? But I thought her just banging some guy in a shared space was so gross. I don't know. Maybe it's because I didn't have a college experience. Maybe that's
no, that's insane to me.
That can't be normal.
To just be banging some dude while your roommate is sleeping in the bed next to you. It's so weird.
And she's so loud.
Look,
it's not even discreet.
No kink shame, but this isn't it didn't seem like a kink.
It wasn't.
Tasha's very inconvenienced by this and she's annoyed, but she doesn't stop. And Natalie's just like, well, I guess I'm going to go to sleep. What else am I going to do?
That's what I literally said. I said, I wrote in big letters, what the fuck? If this were me, I would be such a bitch. I would turn all the lights on. I would fucking invite everyone into the room just to kick their asses out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, anyway.
Tosh said, I will be getting mine. Okay. So the next day, we meet Professor Wexler.
It's
Robert England.
Yes.
He's teaching the kids about urban legends. It also was so funny to hear him talking about urban legends as if it's something these kids have never heard of. Like, this is called an urban legend, which now we talk about them so much.
Yeah.
But maybe they weren't as talked about in the 90s. I don't know.
I don't know, because he's like a folklore teacher. And maybe it's just because he's getting like so deep in the weeds about it. But yeah, I agree. It was very surface level, especially the very first urban legend he talks about is basically When a Stranger Calls, or like Black Sabbath, the movie, about somebody calling.
Black Christmas?
Sorry?
Black Christmas?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you are talking about Black Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was like, the band?
Oh.
My bad.
There's a movie called Black Sabbath.
Yes.
We have to watch it.
You mentioned it to me before. Now I do remember.
Dude, there is one in that one that literally.
It's the Italian one, right?
Oh, yeah. This movie actually fucking scares me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, to this day, I watch it. It freaks me out.
I really want to watch it.
So he's talking about the urban legend where the babysitter is at home. She's getting phone calls. Eventually, we find out that the killer is in the house. In the original urban legend, I believe he's in the kids' room
I think so.
where the kids are sleeping.
That's the one I know. It's the call is coming from inside the house urban legend.
Yes, exactly. And the Black Sabbath is a little bit different. It comes at it differently. However, it is the same concept. It is so scary to me. And even When a Stranger Calls, I also find that one pretty scary. Oh my God, now I'm just thinking about all the slashers that I love. Okay, any hoogly boos. Getting back to it. So he's explaining this urban legend.
Mm-hmm.
And Brenda tells him that it happened in her hometown. And he's like, okay, sure. So then he invites Brenda up to do an experiment in front of the class.
Mm-hmm.
And the experiment is to eat Pop Rocks and drink Pepsi. Well, drink pop.
Yeah.
Soda?
Yeah.
You call it soda here, right?
I call it pop.
I call it pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
We call it pop in the Midwest and Canada.
So the idea behind this is if you eat Pop Rocks and then you drink soda, your insides will explode.
Mm-hmm.
That is the urban legend here, right? And she's hesitant. She does take the Pop Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, she got really sick in real life because they took all day to film this, and she was just eating Pop Rocks all day, and she got pretty sick.
That's her whole meal. Her whole diet for the day is Pop Rocks.
Pop
Holy
Rocks.
shit.
I hate Pop Rocks, dude.
It's a sensation, right?
I can't handle it, dude. Listen, I had an Oreo that had like Pop Rocks in it.
Oh,
there's something about the texture of it in my mouth. Oh my! I even thinking about it makes my whole body fucking.
I think we had that together, maybe.
Yes, dude. I can't. I don't. Okay.
The Pop Rocks don't bother me, but I never enjoyed them. I always thought like, okay, what's? I don't get it. I don't get the enjoyment out of this. I just want the flavor. You know?
I hate how it feels. It's gross. So anywho, she eats a bunch of this, but then she's hesitant. She doesn't want to take the Pepsi.
Yeah.
Okay. So Joshua Jackson, okay, Damon, he's like, I'll do it. And he comes down and he eats almost the entire bag of Pop Rocks. He just eats all of them. Then he drinks a Pepsi. And at first nothing's happening, but then he starts like shaking and he falls on the ground and it's almost like he's convulsing a little bit, foaming from the mouth, and then just goes quiet. Everybody in the class is like totally freaked out. Parker's like, call 911, call an ambulance.
He's gonna explode.
He's gonna explode. Wexler is like freaked out. And then Damon stops moving. And then he opens his eyes and he was just fucking with them all.
Yeah. This felt so high school to me. And I was wondering, do people in college act like this? Because when I went, it was very serious, but I think it's just because like no one knew each other like they do in high school. This felt like a high school group.
I would you say this is their second year?
I think so.
Because it feels like exactly what I was saying before about like Parker and Paul. There are definitely relationships here. Like they
Yeah.
all know each other. They probably all share similar classes
Yeah.
or whatever. But you're right. This definitely has like an immaturity to it.
Mhm.
And I don't remember college like that either. But again, I wasn't in the dorms. It's a
Right.
completely different experience when you're living there.
Yeah, and someone's having sex in the bed next to you, you know, you just start acting different, I guess.
No, oh my god, it took me a second.
You're
I
like,
was this. I
"What?"
was like, hold on. Let me see if my brain's registering. Anyways,
So outside the school now, Natalie and Brenda see the school paper where Paul has reported that Michelle Mancini was murdered. The headline says, "Lunatic on campus?" And they're like, "Oh my gosh, do you think this is true?" And the paper says that she was decapitated. So the girls ask Paul, "Is this true?" And he's like, "Well, I hope so, or I have a," what does he say? "I have a hell of a retraction on my hands."
yeah.
And then he notices that the dean and the security guard, who was Reese, we mentioned earlier, are taking all the copies of the newspaper. And he's like, "You cannot do that." And the dean's like, "Yes, we can. You're basically inciting, hysteria."
Mm-hmm.
And then Reese says, "This school was voted the safest in the country, and I intended to keep it that way. Like, we don't have a problem here."
Yes, and also Dean Adams calls Paul a lunatic.
Yeah.
Which again, I feel like they do such a good job of making everyone seem sus because Dean Adams seems sus, Paul seems sus.
Mhm.
They do a good job of that. The janitor.
The red herrings in this movie are up the wazoo.
Yeah, I love a whodunit, man.
They're gonna be like, "I love the wazoo." But so then you can tell that Natalie is upset.
Yeah.
And she's kind of quiet about it. Paul wants to interview Natalie and Brenda for their reactions. And Natalie is like, "This is someone's real life. Do you think about that?"
I know, and Brenda's trying. She's like,
Oh, yeah.
well, because she's into Paul.
She likes Paul. So she's
Mhm.
like, "Oh my gosh, so I am totally scared." Like she wants to just say anything just to talk to him.
Yeah.
And Paul says, "No, I don't think about it, but the students who read my story will." So he thinks he's doing good. Like
Yeah.
he's spreading the word, right?
He's a journalist.
Which I could
He
s-
feels like it's his duty as a
Yeah,
journalist.
which I could see that. I think Michelle's probably upset. Well, we'll find out the real reason why she's upset, but also because if you're salacious about it, like lunatic on campus, as opposed to this is a victim,
Of course.
it feels a little gross.
It definitely feels like the 90s too,
Oh, yeah.
right? Because this was like around the time that the 24-hour news cycle was starting.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that, like salacious headlines and shit like that.
Yeah.
That was like of the time,
Yeah.
for sure.
So now we see a news report mentioning that the decapitated body of Michelle was found in her car. Michael McDonald is the prime suspect. That was the gas station attendant.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still looking for him. They don't know where he is.
Yes, exactly. Brenda asked Natalie if she knew Michelle, and Natalie says that she didn't. Damon tells them that he did know her and that she gave him great head.
And I was like,
And
everyone
then
in the
he
group-
goes, "Get it?
yeah,
Head?" Because
like
she's been decapitated.
right.
He's so crass.
Yeah, that's really crass. That's definitely what's the word I'm looking for?
Fucking gross.
Sure. We'll go with that. I like that one better.
Okay, so we cut and stabbing westward is playing. Dude, I'm telling you, when this song came on, I paused the movie and I was like, holy shit. I pulled it up on Spotify. Right? I think I even made a TikTok
Oh shit.
because I was like, this song, I forgot it existed. You know when
Yeah.
you forget something exists and then you're reintroduced and it's like,
yes.
get it in my veins.
And especially when it's 90s nostalgia for us.
Dude.
So Natalie gets back to her room.
Mhm.
Tosh is so annoyed. She's on a website called Goth for Goth,
Yes.
where she's searching for lovers.
She's also smoking cigarettes, and I guess Daniel Harris smoked cigarettes, so she was actually smoking cigarettes, but then she got sick because she would have to smoke so many cigarettes because they obviously have to repeat the scene.
They all were getting sick because they had to do things so many times.
No, for real, for real. Yeah, she's on a chat site
Right.
meeting other guys on campus.
Yeah. And Natalie also notices Tosh's lithium prescription on the ground and hands it to her.
Right, exactly. She's also using dial-up internet.
Oh, yeah, because Natalie needs to use the phone and she can't because Tosh is online. I am so glad those days are over.
Dude.
My siblings and I would fight all the time.
Oh, I didn't have internet. I didn't have it until maybe high school, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but I remember dial-up. I remember being at my girlfriend's house when she had dial-up, and we'd always get into, like, fights with her siblings
Or
or
even parents, they'd be like, all right, you need to get offline. I need to use the phone.
and you just, like, wanted to be in chat. I was in so many chat rooms when I was younger.
I was not allowed. I was on lockdown, man. I was on AOL Kids until I was like 16 years old. My
Whoa.
mom had it set. She was great at parental controls. And like thinking back on it, I'm like, how did she even know how to figure that out when the
Yeah.
internet was like beginning for us, you know?
Yeah.
But we could only go online between like 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. or something. You can only go online for 1 hour a day when you were signed in. It would kick you out. And I could only go in all the kids' stuff until I was
Whoa.
16.
Dude, I was in chat rooms when I was 12. I was in so many fucking chat rooms.
It's a miracle that we both survived. Well, really you, because my mom had me locked down. However, when I was at my cousin's house, I would be sitting behind her while she was in the teen chat room,
Oh, yeah.
seeing ASL and being
ASL.
asked a bunch of inappropriate questions and asking her what that meant.
Dude, ASL. MSN. I loved MSN Messenger. That was my
Oh,
fucking jam.
we figured out how to download MSN Messenger in my computer class in high school.
Dude.
We would fuck with people all the time.
Oh, it was the absolute best. I never really did ICQ and I never really did AOL, a little bit, but I was all about MSN, baby.
MSN Messenger, and that's also when we downloaded I think it was like Sim City or something, or like
Sims.
the first
The
first Sims.
Sim City, the Sims. Dude,
And
the obsession I had with the Sims. We've talked
we
about
talked
this.
about it. We're Sims girls.
Oh, yeah.
The Sims and Chips Challenge. For those of you who are ever on my Twitch, you already know
Chips
I'm
Challenge.
obsessed. It's a puzzle game.
Oh, wow.
But anyway,
okay.
that's what I'd be doing in computer class.
I love
and
it.
I totally lost track of what we were talking about.
Well, Tosh is in a chat room,
Yes.
but Natalie needs to use the phone.
Yes.
Okay. So, anyways, she gets off. Tosh gets off. Natalie checks her voicemail. Brenda, it's one of her voicemails is Brenda. Man, I used to love coming home to a voicemail, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Now when
yes.
people leave me messages, I'm like, oh fuck.
You're like, ugh.
But unless it's someone I want to hear from, then I'm like, okay, leave me a
Sure.
message. But back in the day, when you come home and you press the answering machine button, oh, and somebody's left you a voicemail.
It's similar to when we would log into AOL and it would say, you've got mail. And we're like, hell yeah.
Dude, the best.
Or when you'd log into MySpace and you would see like new comment, new message, new, like all the new things you got.
Okay, can I tell you really, really quick side story?
Yes.
My best friend when I was younger, I had this super big crush on this guy, and I don't even fucking remember the guy's name, but I was so excited because I got a voicemail from him. And it was
Okay.
like telling me how much he likes me and all this shit. And I remember being
Oh,
so
no.
excited.
You did air quotes when you said him.
Oh, dude, I was so excited. I call my best friend and I'm like telling her all about it. And then she stops and she like in the middle of it, she was like, oh my God, like that was actually me pretending. Dude.
Your friend?
Yes, dude. I didn't talk. I was so mad at her. I didn't talk to her for like a week after that. I was so mad and so devastated.
Yes.
I thought that he liked me.
Oh, and then you're disappointed and you feel stupid as hell.
I felt
That's
so
so
stupid.
mean.
I know. To this day, I don't know why she did that. I mean, it's just dumb kid stuff.
Right.
But
Because you think it's not that big of a deal. You don't realize the repercussions or how fucked up it is when you're a kid.
dude,
Yeah.
dude, I mean, it must have affected me because I'm in my 30s and yeah, anyways.
Still thinking about it.
So, anyways, getting back to it, Brenda leaves her a voicemail and asks if she's okay because of what happened to Michelle. And then her mom leaves a voicemail and it sounds a little bit like maybe Natalie knew Michelle better
Yeah.
than she's let on
Yeah.
because her mom sounds concerned for her
About Michelle.
about Michelle. So then Natalie goes into her closet and pulls out like a memory box
Mm-hmm.
and pulls out an old yearbook,
Yeah. High school yearbook.
high school yearbook.
And inside we see there is a picture of her with Michelle together as cheerleaders. So they definitely knew each other.
Yes, 100%.
Damon comes in and asks if she wants to come to a party. He mentioned someone wants to pierce their dog's nose. Maybe it was Parker, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. You shouldn't do that. But anyway, she's like, I'm not really feeling it. He notices she's sad. So he's like, look, I don't want this to get around, but I'm actually a pretty good listener if you want to hang out. So
Okay, can I just say, if a guy tells you I'm a really good listener, just tell him to go get fucked, okay? Because he doesn't want
listen to this.
he
Go
doesn't-
get fucked.
He doesn't want to actually listen to you.
I can't say that's true all the time. However, you should proceed with caution. Laura. She's not speaking from personal experience at all.
No, never. Of course not. Anyways.
But you should always proceed with caution because we will find out Damon does have ulterior motives. Surprise, surprise.
Of course he does.
But she does take him up on it. And so they get into his car. He hands her a beer.
He hands her a Pepsi.
Oh, does he?
It's like, it does not look like a beer. Isn't that a Pepsi?
I thought it was a beer because later Reese finds the can at the site and she's like, oh, you were just...
Oh.
So I thought it was a beer. I thought it was the same beer.
Dude, I thought when he said, here's something to get you warm, I thought he handed her a Pepsi and I thought it was a warm Pepsi.
They do use Pepsi for the pop rock scene. So maybe that's why you were thinking that. You're like, wow, they're really going hard with this Pepsi sponsor. No, I think it's a beer.
Oh my God, I was like, man, they're trying everything to get...
Ew, here, this will get you warm. A hot Pepsi. What the fuck?
Dude.
No, the alcohol will get her warm. And so he has to bang on his car to start it. And then the I Don't Want to Wait song, I can't sing it. Can you?
I don't want to wait.
Yes, which...
for our lives to be over. Yeah.
From Dawson's Creek, which he was on. So that was a little nod to Dawson's Creek there.
And he immediately shuts it off, too.
Yeah.
Love that.
So now they're parked in the woods and Damon is trying to get Natalie to open up. And he says, you know, I know what you've been going through. And then proceeds to tell her a story about how he lost his girlfriend because she passed away because she was sick.
Dude, that is such a fucked up thing to lie about.
It is so fucked up. And then when he's telling her what happened, he goes, she had a syndrome. And you can see on Natalie's face immediately, she knows that he's full of shit.
Yeah.
But she is sarcastically going along with everything he's saying.
I know he was afraid to get close to anyone and for a long time, but he has so much love inside of him that he needs to give.
And she's like, oh, do you?
That's lovely. He tells her, you're so lonely and depressed and aching to break loose. Barf.
Yeah. And she's like, let me guess, you're the one that's going to help me with that. And he tries to lean in a little bit and she shoves him away and says something along the lines of, oh, that was a halfway decent impersonation of a human, Damon.
I love it. Can I also say he goes, I'm a man that can fix your problems.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Like,
so he tries to lean in again after that and she punches him.
Girl, I was so pumped. I said, yes, fuck this guy.
Then he, he's like, oh, that actually hurt. And then he's like, and he's trying again. And she goes, do you want one black eye or two? So he goes, fine, I'm going to go take a piss and leaves the car. Like the way, especially when you see a shift change, a gear change in someone like that, where they're like, hey, and they're being so nice to you because they want something. And then they realize they can't get it. And they're like, all right, I'm going to go take a piss.
Dude.
Ew.
And how many times have we experienced that?
Did you see my earring shaking? I was just like, ugh.
I mean, the amount of times. Now, no. Anyways. Okay, I'm not gonna get on a soapbox, but let me tell you, I was fucking raging. Can I also say I loved this line? He tells her that she doesn't have to act like such a bitch, and she replies, "It's not an act."
I love that line so much. I literally fantasize about myself saying it to someone. I'm like, I'm gonna use that one day.
I know, like it's not an act.
It's not an act.
I am a bitch.
Yeah. I loved it so much.
Me too.
So he goes to pee, and while he's out there, someone comes up from behind him, grabs him around the neck with a rope.
Yeah.
So we see Natalie. She eventually gets out of the car to see where he's at, and she ends up coming face to face with someone in a coat. I wrote a parka.
Parka.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's covering their face so you can't see anything.
It's like the hood has like fur around it.
Right. She gets back in the car. She's trying to drive away. She's scared. The person ends up hooking the rope to the back of the car, and then Natalie can hear scratching on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And banging at first and then scratching. And she doesn't know what's happening, but it's Damon's feet scratching the roof as he's being hung by a tree.
Yeah, dude.
So he's above the car, just the feet barely, like his toes barely scraping the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Then this person jumps on the windshield of the car, which scares Natalie into driving away. And as she drives, Damon is hooked to her car. So she's now pulling him up to hang. Because the rope is attached, she does eventually have to stop and slams on the brakes. The killer, essentially, I guess I'll call them, flies off the hood at this point, and she can't go anymore. She can't drive anymore. So she backs up. Then this sends Damon crashing down through the windshield.
Bummer.
He did.
He did.
He said bummer.
Bummer. Deadzo.
Okay, so now we cut to Reese watching the 1973 film Coffee featuring Pam Grier and repeating it word for word with her gun drawn. Like you can tell she's fantasizing about saying everything that Pam Grier's saying.
I love it.
And Natalie runs in for help. And they get back to the scene. Everything is gone. So I love Reese here. She goes, if you don't mind me asking, what the hell are you on?
Yeah, because it's like there's no car, there's no body. There doesn't even look like there are car track marks. Like it's been completely cleaned up. The scene's been completely cleaned up.
Yeah, the only thing Reese finds is that beer can.
And then I
And
thought
she's
was a
like, that you
Pepsi.
thought was a Pepsi. And she goes, oh, really? This is what you're doing out here. So Natalie says that it's probably the same person that killed Michelle. And Reese says that's not possible. They arrested him this afternoon.
Right. So now we're going to cut to Parker and the crew. And he's explaining to Natalie that there's no way that that was actually Damon. It was a mannequin. He
Hmm.
goes on to say that Damon loves pranking people. And he's actually on a snowboarding trip that weekend,
Yeah.
which explains his absence.
Hmm.
Parker points out that the scratching on the roof of the car, it's actually an urban legend.
Hmm.
And so this urban legend is called the boyfriend's death. And it's basically what happens to Damon. Usually it takes place in like a lover's lane situation, but it always ends where the man is hanging from a tree while his girlfriend waits in the car below. In some versions of it, the scratching sound is actually his fingertips because he's being hung up by his feet.
Yeah, that's the picture they show, I believe, when they find that later in a book.
Exactly. But obviously this version of it, he's being hung from his neck and it's his feet are scratching the roof.
Yeah, and Parker's like, Wexler talks about this every semester. Damon is in that class. He knows this. This is totally a prank.
Yes. And then Natalie is like, well, wait a second. There's another urban legend, the killer in the back seat.
Hmm.
And this is the urban legend from the beginning of the film where Michelle dies. And there are a couple of variations of it. The one in this movie, and then the other one is we talked about earlier, is a woman is driving alone when someone behind her keeps driving up her ass, flashing his high beams, and then sometimes actually ramming into her. What she doesn't know is that the killer is in the back seat, and the driver behind her is rushing her vehicle, trying to save her from this killer in the back seat.
Hmm.
And the story has been circulating since at least the late 1960s, and apparently it gained widespread recognition after appearing in a letter to advice columnist Anne Landers in 1982. And I guess it's been speculated that the legend may have been inspired by a vaguely similar case which took place in 1964, in which an escaped murderer hid in the backseat of a car only to end up shot by the car's owner, which was a police detective.
Oh, damn.
So it could have been inspired by that true story.
Right.
I thought that was interesting.
That is really
I
interesting.
looked up a lot of the urban legends because I was just curious.
Yeah,
about
I
them.
love that.
You know, we go down these rabbit holes.
There's always one.
It's like it's a blessing and a curse because I'll get like information on something and I'm like, well, now I need to know absolutely everything about this.
Yes, I actually have one in this movie too, but we haven't gotten to it yet.
I can't wait. Okay, so she does. She recites this back to them and points out this is what happened to Michelle, and she thinks that there's a killer that is copying urban legends.
Hmm.
Parker asks her, well, what do you think's going to happen next? Spider eggs and bubblegum? Stick a gerbil up a celebrity's ass?
Which I do remember hearing about that.
You did?
I won't say which celebrity it was because I don't know if it's true and I feel like that's slander, but I do remember hearing about that.
Dude, this is like the Marilyn Manson taking his rib out and sucking his own dick. How did everyone know that story?
Pre-internet.
Pre-internet, dude, that was like a lore that was
Yeah.
just circulating all over.
And is it true? I still don't know.
I have no idea, but I was very sure of it when I was in high school.
Right.
So, but he's basically convinced that Damon is just messing with them all because he's
Right.
a big prankster.
Yeah.
Right? Natalie goes back to her dorm and Tosh is on the computer. Again, she's being a bit of an asshole here.
She just kind of blows her off. She's being rude.
She's being rude, and she can't use the phone. So Natalie leaves and she calls the ski resort that Damon is supposedly at
Yeah.
a payphone.
Hmm.
And the lady on the other line is like, well, yeah, somebody checked in with blonde hair, but like, yo, I can't give you any of the info.
Right.
I can't tell you what room he's in. You ain't getting that information,
Mhm.
which, makes sense. It's fair.
Responsible.
Yes. So she goes to the library and okay, something about this scene that like cracked me up. All right.
Mhm.
Number one, I have to say, it is my lifelong dream to be in a situation where I have to go to an old, big, fat fucking library and start researching on some kind of, fucked up thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Like, what is that big machine where you like look at old newspapers?
Oh, I know it because we talked about it in a different movie.
And Leslie Vernon.
Yes.
I
And
can't remember what it's called.
I can't either.
But dude, it is like my lifelong dream
yeah.
to be in the middle of a mystery and be like, guys, we got to go to the big ass library
The
downtown
big
and
ass library.
look at the archives. We got to pull up the archives. Okay, so there's that one thing. The other thing is this. She's walking around this library and you hear like whispering and stuff,
Mhm.
and she's walking around as if like nobody else could possibly be in this library with her.
Yeah.
This is the school campus library, girl. There are people studying in there. There are people just reading.
It's called a microfilm reader.
Microfilm reader. Guys,
There we go.
I want to be dropped into a plot where I have to go downtown to the biggest library there is and just get deep in the weeds with research.
Yeah. Well, here she had to because she couldn't use the internet. The internet wasn't readily available to her.
Absolutely. She's going to find a book on urban legends. I just thought the way that she's walking around.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
Girl, there are other people in the library.
Yeah. Also, the fact that there was an encyclopedia of urban legends sounded fake to me.
Massively fake.
Yeah.
But I still love it.
Oh, I love it.
And
Absolutely.
I love that she found it. I was like, yes, girl, find that book.
Yes.
Let's research it together.
Yeah. So she ends up getting jump scared here by Sasha.
Yes, who's holding a giant book on Kama Sutra.
Oh, yeah. With pictures.
With pictures. I didn't realize she was dating Parker until this minute.
Yeah. I didn't realize it until later.
Mhm.
I don't think I realized it until the party, actually.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about the party.
But I do want to tell you, there is actually an encyclopedia of urban legends. That is a real thing.
Whoa, okay. So Natalie and Sasha are sitting together and they're looking through the book of urban legends. We see the boyfriend death, which is what happened to Damon. And then they turn the page to the next urban legend and we see the gang high beam initiation one.
Mhm.
So this specific urban legend is basically a gang is like driving around at night with their headlights off. And it's basically to like test courage. Other drivers who see this will flash their high beams at this car, basically
Mhm.
telling them like, yo, your lights are off. Then the car, whoever flashes their lights at them, the car will turn around, go after this car, and then kill everybody in the vehicle.
Yeah. I totally thought that was true.
I definitely thought it was true. And it is not true. However, it might have originated in Montana in the early 1980s and was linked to the Hells Angels.
Interesting.
However, there is no proof. It is just a rumor.
But I also think because of the urban legend, I'm sure someone has done that.
And killed somebody?
Maybe not killed them. Well, I don't know. Well, we'll find out. Maybe by accident.
Oh boy.
I just gave the camera a little suspicious look.
You did. Sasha thinks this is a real thing. She is convinced that this is a real thing and that her mom even like tells her like not to do it or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Her mom still checks the back seat.
Yes.
Like we mentioned earlier that we still do.
Oh, I do every time.
Yeah. Which I think, like, there's no way that someone hasn't been hiding in someone's back seat before. Even if that urban legend specifically didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, people do hide in people's cars and wherever.
Dude, that is so
I'm
scary.
still convinced.
I'm like, it's just making me think of Halloween.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So back in the dorm room, Tosh is back on Goth for Goth, telling some guy to I am her, which in case you don't know means instant message. Okay?
Dude, she is straight up looking for someone on campus to hook up with.
Yeah.
This to me is so scary and dangerous. Like,
It is.
I can't even fathom just agreeing to meet up with somebody that you've just met on in a chat room.
No. And
I wouldn't even meet up with somebody off of a dating site.
I was going to say,
There's
now,
no way.
there are people out there who think that they go on a dating app and they think that you're just going to meet up with them. Like, are you insane?
I would first of all, I think dating apps are Black Mirror. I've talked to you about this.
I shouldn't say insane. Look, you do you.
Oh yeah,
but,
do you.
But just be safe, please.
Please be safe. It couldn't be me is what I'm trying to say.
Do you? It couldn't be me.
It couldn't be me.
No judgment, but it couldn't be me.
There's no way. And honestly, meeting somebody through a dating app, it does not compute with my brain.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
For safety, really, I would say more than anything, right?
for me, it's all of it. Like I've tried and it's, you know what? Sometimes some things are just not for you.
Yeah, yeah.
And it ain't for me. But the safety factor of her in a chat room, just randomly meeting some random person to hook up with. Oh, girl.
If anything, this is a great tale of why not to do this.
Yeah.
It's not going to end well.
You think? Holy shit, man.
And so she asks what he's looking for or what he's into or something. And he says lithium, which we know she has a prescription for. She's like, my kind of man. So she says, tell me what room you are in, letters you are in, which is so LOL, you know? and then goes to the bathroom across the hall to put on her lipstick, which I did think was a little weird because why wouldn't you just do that in your room?
Yeah.
But it's to set up this next part because when she goes back, she sees the message says, yours.
And it's like flashing.
Yeah. Someone covers her mouth, throws her on the bed. Natalie comes in during this scene. This is very upsetting, this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie comes in during this. The killer is able to turn off the lights. Natalie goes, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not looking. But he's covering Tasha's mouth. So all you hear is like muffled moaning.
Mm-hmm.
So Natalie just thinks Tosh is banging some other dude again.
Mm-hmm.
The killer ends up strangling Tosh while Natalie just falls asleep with her headphones on in the bed next to her.
Dude, the whole scene was so upsetting. Like watching Tosh struggling and the sounds she was making, and just the whole idea of somebody like doing that.
It's horrifying.
Horrifying, dude. So scary, man.
So when Natalie wakes up the next morning, she looks over and she's alarmed. So we just see that Tosh is kind of covered with a blanket.
And also, like, we've talked about this before. Strangulation to me is so personal.
Yeah.
Like, it really, I've told you this, like, anytime there's like stabbing or strangulation,
Yeah.
really upsetting to me.
Oh, yeah, it is. Also, it takes a really long time. So I feel like this killer's decision to strangle her was weird because you've come prepared. You knew you were going to do this. You ended up using other weapons. We're about to find out. Why didn't you just kill her a different way that was faster?
Because this killer is a little psychotic, I would
Okay.
say.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Mm-hmm.
So she notices that Tosh is covered with a blanket and also notices a pool of what could be paint maybe next to her bed. There are paintbrushes in it.
Yeah.
And she goes over and uncovers Tosh to see that she is dead and it looks like she has cut her own wrists.
Yeah.
So we know that the killer used a different weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So on the wall is the longest message you could probably ever write in blood when someone is sleeping in the same room. It says, aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?
Dude, okay, when you saw that, did you immediately think of this killer in a huge parka with a paintbrush? Just like, oh, that line's not quite straight. Oh, I gotta go over there.
Yes,
again.
and then running out of blood, going back across the room, dipping it in the blood, going back to the wall. I'm like, because it's not even right next to the blood either. I'm like, this would have taken so long.
And you'd have to be like walking back and forth so much.
Yes, but still, it is. I still love the theatrics of it.
Oh, I'm into it, man. Hell yes. So as Tosh is being gurneyed,
I'll take gurneyed.
let's go with gurneyed. Some girl, you can hear her go, better check her pulse. She's been like that for years.
That's crazy. I didn't even catch that. What? How insensitive.
We've talked about it. I love when you hear background characters just saying random things.
Yes. Now I'm sad I didn't have the closed captions on for this one.
I didn't have them on either, but I caught that and I went, wow. Also, Paul is there waiting because he wants to get the scoop.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a really good job of like, again, hiding who the killer is. Like they make everyone look so sus.
Yeah.
So Brenda walks over to Paul. She obviously likes him, but he's looking over at Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
And as Brenda's kind of like, talking to him, whatever, he asks her, is Natalie okay?
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh boy. And Brenda, and you can definitely feel that Paul has feelings for Natalie.
Yeah.
There's something going on there. Brenda suspects this, I think, right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dean, we cut over and we see that the dean is talking to Natalie. And Natalie's explaining, like, he basically says, like, how did that happen with you laying in the bed, like, right in the room with them?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, the moaning can kind of sound like something else.
Yeah. Basically, this is not new. Hearing those noises is not new to her.
Exactly. And Reese is like, well, did you see someone in the room?
Mm-hmm.
And Natalie's like, no, I didn't see them, but, and she's arguing with Reese because Reese is basically saying like, well, how do you even know somebody was in there? And then the dean is straight up like, well, we do know that she was manic depressive.
Yeah. So they're basically saying this was just a suicide and what was on the wall was just a morbid suicide note.
Also, the dean holds the meds up and like shakes the bottle.
That's crazy.
Well, we knew, sir,
yeah.
that's evidence.
Right.
What are you doing?
Why did you take that?
And also, that's so inappropriate to be talking to another student like that.
Yeah.
The student that, dude, imagine.
The one person that was in the room?
Yo, that's
allegedly?
your roommate? Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just so, it's crazy to me. So, Reese agrees that
Yeah.
Tosh probably ended her own life. Interview over, I guess.
Okay, so Reese, she's not on the police force. She's a security guard at the college,
Dude.
but she works closely with the police, I'm sure, for things that happen. But she's not a police officer.
She is the most badass security guard I have ever seen in my life.
I love her, but it's also so funny that Reese and the dean are handling this. I'm sure the police showed up, but just the way they have like the evidence and things like that.
And it's part of that whole thing where the dean is like super obsessed with nobody finding out anything that's going on in the college.
Yes.
Or the university, whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
And it reminded me of isn't it H2O? Doesn't LL Cool J have a gun too? I didn't think that college security guards carried guns.
It probably varies by college, honestly, and varies by state. I don't know.
I remember when I saw that movie, I was so confused why he was carrying a gun.
Yeah.
He does have a gun, doesn't he? Yes.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Crazy. Anyways, I digress. So Brenda walks over to Natalie as they gurney out Tosh's body, and you can see blood on the sheet.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so many things wrong with this whole setup, but I'm going, this is so traumatizing.
So traumatizing. And Brenda's trying to comfort Natalie. And she goes, who would have ever thought she would do something like this? And Natalie just wants to be alone.
Yes. Paul sees her in the courtyard and he goes over to her and he wants to ask her some questions for the paper. But then he shows the yearbook photos to Natalie, the yearbook that she had been looking at with Michelle. And basically he's like, yo, I thought you didn't know her.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, what horrible timing. He does say something about like, I know this is a bad time, but
he's such
but
a journalist.
You don't care.
He doesn't care.
You don't care.
No. He doesn't care. And yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit. He just wants the scoop, right?
Yeah. Then he goes, obviously she's upset about this. And he goes, I'm just doing my job. I love when people say this about a profession that they chose. I'm just doing my job. Like, if a hitman got caught killing someone, are they going to tell the court, like, I was just doing what I was paid to do?
Maybe.
Like, come on.
Well, I'm just doing, yeah. And I
it's
think
just my job that I chose to do.
it's also that desensitization.
Yeah.
Right. And I think he is. And he even says later in the film, like, that he needs X amount of articles in order to, like, have a career as a journalist or whatever. So he takes this very, very seriously.
Yeah.
And also, Natalie tells him, because he's kind of like, yo, I thought you didn't know her. And Natalie's like, straight up just like, I don't want you exploiting her death. Like, I didn't want you to exploit her death.
Yeah, any more than you already have.
Exactly. Paul is very serious about his journalism. And Natalie tells him that Tosh was murdered, just like Michelle and Damon.
Yeah, and he's like, Damon?
He's very thrown off by this. Like, he's kind of like, are you sure? Like,
because Damon's only on his quote unquote ski trip. No one's heard anything bad happening to Damon at this point, except what she experienced.
Right. And she's upset about this. She like starts to cry. And one thing I did really like about Paul is like, it's not like he believed her right away, but I think it's because he's a journalist that he was able to start like, you know, asking questions.
At least looking into it.
Yeah, exactly. He offers to go somewhere so that they can talk off the record. And I just felt for her in this moment because I was like, man, this is the second guy to be like, you want to go talk?
Listen, I'll listen to you. It's okay.
At least Paul is a sweetie pie. You know what I mean?
At
but
least
like,
he's sincere about it.
he's sincere.
But imagine after the first time.
I feel like I would be like, no.
Yeah, I'm not trusting you. We're not going anywhere alone.
No, we can talk right here, man.
He's not really buying the urban legend serial killer idea. And he says, if this is all true, then why now? And then Natalie tells him tonight is the 25th anniversary of the Stanley Hall massacre. What a coincidence.
Whoa.
And he tells her that story's not true. They've never gotten any proof about it.
Right. But she presses him on it. And he's like, all right, I guess we're going to go to the archives.
Let's go to the archives. So they go to research and lo and behold, the 1973, I don't even know what it is. Like
yearbook.
Oh, it's the yearbook?
I guess it's like the yearbook.
I thought it was like a book of the history of this university or something because it is a prestigious college. I don't know. It's the book of 1973 for this school. So probably yearbook.
I thought you were just going to say, it is the book of 1973.
It basically is. And that's the one that's missing. And that's when this massacre allegedly happened.
Yes. And then the janitor looks up as they're kind of like discussing this whole Stanley Hall thing. And they ask him, they're like, yo, what happened in Stanley Hall? And the janitor tells them to talk to Professor Wexler, which is Robert Englund.
And he says it real sus.
Oh, this janitor is like textbook, like spooky man.
They want you to think that he's a possible suspect for sure.
Oh, definitely, definitely. they go to Wexler's office and Paul uses like a credit card
Hmm.
to like get into the office. And it's kind of cute because when he does it, they're both like, oh, like they get in. Like they didn't actually think it would work.
Yeah.
I kind of liked that.
Yeah.
So they start like snooping around, they're digging through shit, and Natalie is kind of going and looking at books on the bookshelf, and then she kind of discovers like it almost looks like a hidden closet
Yeah.
because the wall, like it's very flush with the wall.
Hmm.
Hidden closet, she opens it up, and it has got some weird ass shit in it, man. There's a wig, there's an axe, there's a
Mhm.
doll. It's all pretty strange. It does kind of fit his vibe though.
Oh, yeah.
Because if he's a folklore teacher and he's like into history and shit,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's talking about weird dolls and shit. I don't know.
But Wexler does come back in and they hide in this room and they think he walks out. They think they hear him walk out. So they leave. But
Can I say something
Yeah.
about the scene that I actually really liked?
Mhm.
I felt like because they end up like whatever, like they like each other, whatever. I loved this scene because it's one of those moments where you oddly enough become connected with somebody because it's such a high tense pressure situation
Yeah.
that you're both experiencing at the exact same time in close proximity.
Okay, I could see
And
that.
right? And it just felt like there was this little bit of rapport connection building right there in that moment.
Okay.
And I thought they captured it really well. It was really subtle.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
For some reason, I was really not into the romance angle of this movie.
Oh,
Like,
I thought it was cute.
I did not care about Natalie and Paul getting together at all.
I
but-
was surprised because my cold dead heart usually isn't into it at all, but like I kind of liked it. I felt bad for Natalie.
I think it's because I didn't really like Paul.
You know what it is? I loved Paul's jacket. That's what sold me.
It's just the jacket.
Dude, he wears a dark green army jacket later in the movie.
Mhm.
To this day, I think it is one of the hottest things a man can wear.
A dark green army jacket. Take notes.
It's like it was really really popular in the late 90s, early 2000s. And dude, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the fit, but there's something about it that I just think is hot.
Okay.
Do you know what kind of jacket I'm talking? He's wearing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, and I remember that being popular at the time.
I don't know what to this day, dude.
It's like something that you might have liked at the time and it's bringing you back to your
It is for sure.
childhood.
It's like when a guy wears a leather jacket, but I'm talking like a old school leather jacket.
Why did the first thing I pictured when you said leather jacket was the Driller Killer from
No, I'm talking like an old school punk jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hot.
And there's something about the vibe, man.
I think it's because he's a journalist and he is kind of insensitive throughout this movie, trying to get the scoop, trying to get statements when people are grieving. I just was already like, fuck off.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure. He's his own interest.
He comes around.
He does. He
But-
ends up being a good person, but they have to make him sus, right?
Right.
I don't know.
He is very sus.
No, he's super sus.
So yeah, they think that Wexler has left the room. So they go out there.
Mhm.
He is still there and he's hiding behind the door. He
Yeah.
just opens the door or closes the door rather, and he's sitting right there. So he takes them to the dean and Reese. Reese is always there.
Yeah.
And Wexler tells them that the axe is a prop for one of his classes, and he's insulted that they would ever accuse him of murder.
Mm-hmm.
Paul asks him about the Stanley Hall massacre, and Wexler goes silent. So he does look very sus. There's just sus across the board. The dean excuses Wexler and Reese so he can speak with Paul and Natalie alone. And the dean uncovered that Natalie has probation for reckless endangerment on her record. And he says that you're lucky you even got into Pendleton. Like you may have not gotten in if we knew this.
Dude, he makes such a big deal out of this.
Yes. And then he also tells Paul that Paul is off the paper. And Paul says the dean cannot dictate the editorial policy. So you can't do that. And the dean says, oh, I'm not firing you. Your editor is. I talked to him this morning. So now he's like, both of you can go fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. He definitely doesn't want them finding out anything, and
Yeah.
he doesn't want them, what is the word I'm looking for? He doesn't want them investigating this at all. And
At
I think
all.
he knows that Paul is one of those people that like when he wants to find something out, he's like when you ask your girlfriend to find out everything they can about the man you're talking about. And you know the one girlfriend that's
Yeah.
like, let me roll my fucking sleeves up, bitch. I got you.
You're like, give me the first letter of his name and the color of pants he's wearing today, and I will find him.
What city does he live in? I will find everything out that I need to. We all need girlfriends like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just think it's kind of ingrained in us. I feel like we're all kind of like that naturally.
Yes.
For some reason.
Oh, no. For some reason? For some reason?
What's the reason?
What's the reason? I mean, I couldn't even imagine what the reason would be. Okay, anyways. So Paul and Natalie leave. So Paul and Natalie leave, and he starts 20 questioning her about this reckless endangerment charge on her record, okay?
Yeah.
And something about this, like, I understand why he's asking her
Yeah.
because she lied about being friends with Michelle,
Mhm.
but they were making it sound like way bigger to me than it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought, like,
Well, once we find out what it is, it's because she was kind of like literally a passenger.
she was a passenger, and she even says, like, Paul, this happened back in high school.
Yeah.
Like, can you stop fucking asking me questions about
This
this?
is what I'm talking about with Paul. Like, why is it any of your business? This has nothing to do with you.
Well,
We'll
because-
find out it does have something to do with everyone, but
Well, I think it's because now he wants to know if Natalie is involved in any of these murders because she's already lied about knowing Michelle.
oh, like maybe he's sus of her.
He's sus of her at this
Okay.
point. That's why he kind of says, like, okay,
Yeah.
dude, you know. But I just thought even the way the dean was talking was making this sound like, and I didn't know at the time what she did.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, like, why is everyone making such a big deal out of something that happened in high school?
Yeah.
Like, we've all done stupid shit in high school.
Mhm.
Obviously, what she did was way worse.
Yeah.
But yes, Paul is sus of her at this point because she's not offering up any information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to tell him. Now we see that Brenda is swimming in the school pool, presumably practicing for swim team or something.
Yeah.
Natalie is walking to the school. She ends up in a room where she can see Brenda from the room above. So she's like looking down through a window at the pool. She sees someone come into the room. Why can I not think of what that room is called?
I literally said pool room the whole time.
The pool room.
I don't know what it's
What is
called.
it called?
A pool room.
It is a pool room, right?
There's got to be a real word for it. I just don't know what it is.
Do you want to describe what happens in the scene and I'll look for it?
Okay, so somebody comes into the pool room and is walking towards where Brenda's swimming. And this person is wearing like a jacket and a hood. Now, it kind of resembles our killer, not 100%, but from Natalie's perspective and where she's standing, looking inward down at them, she thinks that this is the killer. So she starts losing her shit and she's like yelling for Brenda and freaking the fuck out. And then she grabs a chair and literally smashes the window. But then the person in the jacket takes their hood off and unzips. And it's just a girl that Brenda knows that was getting ready to like jump in the pool.
Oh, I thought it was her coach. But I also just totally assumed that. I don't know. But it was just a girl.
I thought the setup for that was very strange. Nobody walks into a pool room with a giant jacket and then just hops in. Don't you have to like rinse off? I don't get in pools, but don't you have to like rinse off first?
I think that's why I thought it was her coach coming in from outside.
But she was wearing a bathing suit.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I just saw her unzip and then, I don't know. I just assumed coach because she was standing there at the pool. Like,
Yeah.
When Brenda was swimming up to the edge. Yeah, I don't know. But it definitely was not the killer.
No, it wasn't the killer at all. And they're both Brenda and this girl look up at Natalie like, what?
So a pool room, the most formal and accurate term would be natatorium.
Okay, well, neither
Which
one of
I've
us
been-
would ever have gotten that.
Never called it that in my life. Also, you can call it a swimming pool complex or a swimming facility.
Swimming
So-
facility.
But pool room is not wrong then.
I think pool room's fine.
I was thinking that there was some word I was going to hear and go, oh, that's it.
Do you know what I thought when I was saying pool room? I was immediately thinking about,
Billiards.
no, I
Oh.
was thinking about, what's the Thanksgiving movie that we covered last year?
Blood rage.
Blood Rage. The pool scene in Blood Rage. That's
Oh,
when I thought
yeah.
of pool room. I thought of the Blood Rage.
Yes.
So we're going to cut to Brenda talking to Natalie and basically telling her, like, you don't have to worry. Nothing's going to happen to me.
Yeah, they're in the locker room and Natalie confesses to Brenda here that she did know Michelle Mancini.
Mm-hmm.
They went to high school together and they haven't spoken in like 2 years. She tells Brenda about what happened and why she is on probation.
Oh, boy.
So they were driving together. Michelle was driving and she wanted to do the gang high beam initiation, urban legend. She heard about it. She thought it'd be funny to prank someone. So they were driving down the highway. Natalie is the passenger. Michelle just waited for the first person to flash their lights and then she chased them, flashing her lights back at them, getting close to them, and they're just laughing, you know, being silly. But then Michelle started driving too fast. The other car lost control and ran off the road. Natalie's crying, of course, when she's telling this. She says the kid was their age, and when the ambulance got there, he was already dead. But the courts were lenient with them. They only got probation. But she can never forgive Michelle for what she did. So Michelle was the driver here. She also says she can never forgive herself for not stopping her.
Also, now going back to the beginning of the movie, Michelle, girl, You already killed somebody on the road.
Yeah.
Maybe turn around is not worth killing someone else.
Yeah, maybe don't distract. I was going to say don't distracted drive. Don't drive distracted.
Ever. Anyone, please
Yeah.
don't. But like, you didn't learn, Michelle.
Right.
Anyway.
So Brenda says, how awful for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It was awful for everyone. But then encourages Natalie to come to a party later.
She definitely wants to hook up with Paul here.
Yeah.
Cut to
Paul. Oh, go ahead.
No. Cut to Paul. He's emptying out his desk at the paper, and he finds a newspaper with Professor Wexler, and it also says Stanley Hall Massacre on the front of it. And I'm assuming the janitor left it for him because he looks up and the janitor kind of looks at him and they get this, they exchange looks like,
Yeah.
I got you, man.
So
I left that for you.
This is the first time that he's thinking, oh my gosh, this really did happen.
Yeah, we see a connection here now. So now we're going to cut to Dean Adams, who is leaving. He's in the parking garage, and he notices, first of all, that there's like something in his car, but then he's startled by Reese, who comes up behind him.
I think he's checking his back seat like the urban legend.
Oh.
Yeah, he kind of looks, and then he kind of laughs and like shakes his head like, oh, that's silly.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I did not catch that at all. So she basically is telling him like, yo, I think it's time that we call the cops or whatever.
Yeah.
And he is like, no, you're not calling anyone. You're not telling the cops. You're not telling parents. Nobody's going to know anything. Like, we're basically on lockdown. Do not tell anyone.
Yeah, because she can't find Damon now either. But he's saying you're just overreacting. He says it's the weekend. I don't know why he says weekend like that.
He also, doesn't he also say that Damon is either, he's either sleeping with a girl or a guy or a farm animal.
Yeah,
and Reese is looking at him like, and I think she even says like, I don't.
Yeah, the dean asked her, weren't you ever 18? And she goes, not that kind of 18.
I fucking love Reese, man.
Me too.
She's my favorite.
So yeah, like you said, he tells her, don't call anyone, not even the police. That seems very irresponsible. Very irresponsible.
It's
what
insane.
do you mean? What do you mean don't call the police if something happens?
It's absolutely crazy, but it really paints a picture of like sus.
Yeah.
You know, we're like, do we trust this guy?
Right.
No. So then, I know in my notes I went, why the fuck not? So he goes to get into his vehicle and then he hears something, turns around, and then the killer is under the car and slices the back of his heels, dude.
Oh, like his Achilles.
Yo, when this is in movies, man, I love it. It's one of my favorite tropes, or like, what was it? I guess, would it be considered a trope?
I would call it a trope, sure.
It's like the bear trap.
I was just going to say Achilles and bear trap for you.
Dude, because you know what it is? It's so gnarly.
Yeah.
It is so gnarly. Dude, somebody cutting the back of your ankles, you can't walk, you can't move, and that's exactly what happens. He falls, and he starts kind of like army crawling away from the killer. Mm-hmm. The killer turns the car into neutral. So now the car is slowly coming to the dean as the dean is crawling away, and he's almost at where the parking garage door lifts.
Yeah,
Gate?
I could not think of what these were called. Like the spikes that shoot out like at a rental car place on the ground.
Okay, so that's exactly how okay. So he's trying to get away from the car, obviously, but when he turns back, the car is about to crush him. He takes a step back and he falls down onto the spikes that are actually usually in airport parking lots when you rent cars. Like, I've never seen them anywhere else. And every time I return a vehicle or even leave a rental car place, I'm so panicked that I've run over them.
I triple check. I'm staring at them as I'm about to approach. Like, wait, am I going the right way? Am I going to pop these tires right now?
Dude,
every time.
It's kind of like an optical illusion. It's hard to tell which way it is. Anyways, so he is kind of like on his back, trying to like back up, backs onto these. Then the car comes and crushes him and smooshes him into the spikes, dude.
Yeah, so he gets a double whammy. Side note, Reese has left before this happened.
Yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is there are not a lot of kills in this movie that I think are like too over the top, but this one was gnarly.
I was going to say the same thing. I think it's my favorite one of the movie. So we cut to the party now, and it's what, the Stanley Hall
Massacre like celebration.
Yeah.
25th anniversary party at the frat house.
And Parker is giving his dog a bong.
Oh, he was beer funneling.
Yes, a beer bong. That's what I meant.
Dude,
A beer bong.
I've only done that once in my life, and I did it with champagne. Never. And then I
I was
had
gonna say not to your dog though.
oh god, oh my god. I was mad. I was watching this and I was like, what is happening right now?
So the second irresponsible thing Parker is trying to do to his dog in this movie.
Brutal. And but he also loves his dog.
Oh, he loves his dog.
But he's a complete moron.
Yeah.
So he's beer funneling this dog.
Yeah. Some random guy comes up to Sasha while Roller Coaster of Love is playing.
Okay. There are so many things I want to say about this.
Yes. He tells her that the scream that's on the track was a real girl getting murdered, lifted off a 911 tape, which is a real urban legend about that song.
Yes, I did research that one as well.
Yes.
Do you want to talk? Do you want to
No,
explain
you go
it?
ahead.
Okay, so the urban legend is based off of Ohio's Love Roller Coaster song.
Yes.
This was a rumor that was made up and is not at all true. The scream was intentionally created by the band's keyboardist, Billy Beck, during a musical breakdown in the song. He was performing a high-pitched vocalization similar to other singers known for their high notes.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a real urban legend. People really did think that was real.
Yeah.
But it is not real. This guy says it with his full chest.
Oh, yeah.
He is so confident. But this interaction is so real to life.
Yes. It looks like Sasha doesn't know him.
100%.
Even if she does, maybe they have passed each other in the hall or something.
Yes.
And he just dumps this information on her and she's like, cool. Also, there's something about a stranger coming up to you and telling you about something morbid like that if you don't know them. And I don't know how Sasha feels about those types of things anyway, that feels invasive and almost like threatening for some reason. I don't know why.
I totally understand what you're saying. And I also, I feel like two things. One, I feel like sometimes I am guilty of just like giving people information they don't ask for because I'm excited about something.
But it doesn't always feel like this though.
No, because he was flirting with her.
It felt that way. Maybe that's what it is. And he was trying to like impress her.
It was. And
Yeah.
the look on her face, like she does the polite, like, oh, cool. And he just keeps going about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And she's just looking at him like, are you not getting that I'm not into this conversation? But how true to life is that?
No, for real.
And I'm not trying to be mean.
He's a punisher.
He's a punisher.
I'm
not trying to be mean,
mm-hmm.
but sometimes, I mean, I've had it happen to me where a fellow will approach me, start talking at me.
Yeah, that's what it is. At you, not with you.
No, he is talking at me. He is not taking any social cue from me at all that either I'm uncomfortable or I'm just like not interested.
Yeah.
And so I'm polite.
Right.
And try to just be very gentle with like the interaction, but they just don't get it. And then you're forced to be like, okay, I'm not interested.
Yeah. Or
you know?
gotta, especially in a situation where you can't just walk away. You have to tell them like,
listen.
Yeah.
I love all the information that you've just dumped on my lap that I never asked for. No, I'm just kidding. But like, it's a really awkward kind of thing.
Yeah.
And but I understand both sides of like when you approach somebody.
Oh yeah.
There's just a way to go about it. And the way that he did I felt like I've been in that spot before.
Oh yeah. I wrote, it's not the pickup line you think it is, buddy. The key here is reading the room.
Yes.
If you can because people always want an answer to that. Like, well, what am I supposed to do? The key is reading the room. And if you don't have that skill, you can't really teach it, but you can learn it over time.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's just that opening.
Yeah. How frustrating is it when someone's talking at you and you go, you know what? I'm going to humor them. I'm going to participate.
9 times out of 10, I do because I don't want to be shitty.
But I'm talking about like, I'm really going to like engage here. Like I'm going to share something too. And then you go to talk to them and they don't let you get a fucking word in.
Dude.
Or they just like no sell what you say and they just keep talking. And then I go, oh, you really do just want to talk at me. You're not trying to have a conversation with me. You just want to talk.
I think that's it. What you just said, I think that's what it is when you're in a situation like that where you're like, oh, you have a motive here.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you're not seeing me as an actual person. You're just seeing me as like whatever the fuck you want.
Or this is just like an ego thing for you that you just want to talk at me. In my mind, I just check out. I go, oh, okay, this isn't a conversation. Got it.
Yeah, no, it's so true. Also, he's so close to her when he's talking.
Yeah.
Yo, I can't stand close talkers. Take a step back, okay?
He does walk right up to her ear. I'm
Dude.
sure it's for the shot, but it
But
also because they're at a party, so he probably has to get really close to her ear.
take a step back. Don't do
I
that.
love that we're like analyzing this scene, but it just does feel so real.
I feel like people that I feel like there are gonna be people listening. They're gonna go, I know what you're talking about.
If you
and
know,
then
you
other
know.
people are gonna be like, please shut the fuck up and change the subject. Okay.
Okay, well, we're gonna move on. So Paul shows up to this party and immediately beelines right for Natalie and just shows her the newspaper.
Yeah.
There was one survivor of the Stanley Hall massacre.
Dude, the way that I said the same thing in my notes, he doesn't even say hi.
Yeah.
He's just like, look what I found.
What happened to hello? How are you? No, not here. Wexler survived the Stanley Hall massacre. This is huge. He looks so much more sus right now. So they're like, tonight he's probably going to go psycho. It's the anniversary.
Yeah.
But the dean already told the police to expect prank calls specifically from Paul and Natalie.
Insane.
Like named them and everything.
Crazy.
So irresponsible. So there is a moment here where you really do think it could be Paul.
Yes.
Natalie's crying, telling Paul she's so scared. And what do you do in the 90s when a girl is crying, Laura? How do you console her?
Come here, baby. I'm gonna start making out with you. Let
You
me put
kiss her.
Let me put my tongue in your mouth and make you feel a lot better.
Ew. You kiss her, of course.
Obviously. What is the line? I'm not gonna wipe my tears with your dick, man.
Or something like that.
Something to that effect.
It's not just the 90s. It was way before the 90s too, but still.
It is funny how that is the default. I got you. I'll keep you safe.
Oh, you're sad? Come here, I'm going to kiss you.
Come here. Let's
fuck
make
off.
out. Let's make out.
Brenda sees this and she is pissed.
Oh,
and
she's
she goes,
super pissed.
She goes up to Natalie. You don't waste any time, do you? And runs off.
Okay, also Zoot Suit Riot is playing. Can I tell you, I used to work at a gym and I'd have to be there at like 4:45 and there was like a bunch of songs I would always play in the mornings and Zoot Suit Riot. I mean, just imagine you haven't even had your morning cup of joe yet. You're trying to get your shit together and Zoot Suit Riot is just blaring.
Who was working out to that?
The Cheeseburger in Paradise would also play on a loop.
Why are gym songs the worst at commercial gyms?
They're always so terrible.
Literally today, they were playing like slow love songs. I'm like, look, if this was a different vibe, sure. The song is great, but for the gym?
Listen.
What is going on?
A slow song came on while I was training with Brian the other day. It was like a very sweet love song, and I am not about that right now. And I turned to him and I was like, this song is depressing, Brian.
Turn this shit off.
Turn it off. And he just started laughing. He's like, oh shit, I didn't notice. I'm like, yeah.
One time at a commercial gym, I was squatting. It was leg day of all fucking days. It's the hardest day of the week.
You need something stronger than that.
It was like a Coldplay song. Is it called Yellow?
Oh, beautiful song, but not on leg day.
I was angry. It actually made me angry.
Did you lift heavier?
I didn't have my fucking headphones.
Do you listen to music when you work out?
I normally don't.
Me neither.
I know that makes us crazy.
I don't listen to music when I run or work out.
But then I have to listen to the commercial gym music, and then I'm like, maybe I should bring my headphones. Maybe I should have them in my bag just in case.
The only time is when I'm with Brian because he plays music. But like if I'm by myself, no music, no nothing.
Yeah.
I just like get the own thoughts in my head, you know? Okay, anyway, so Brenda's real upset, you know?
Yeah.
And she goes outside and she's like crying and shit. I mean,
she's crying and shit.
She's really mad.
She's crying by the pool.
Mhm.
And Reese is now making her rounds. We see her walking through the school. She gets jump scared by the janitor. Then she hears glass break and she gets her gun out. She sees that Wexler's office is trashed.
Mm-hmm.
She goes through and we see that the axe is missing because we knew it was there from earlier when Natalie and Paul found it. Reese backs up and she slips on a bunch of blood.
Oof. It's a back bump, man.
Yeah, she takes a bump.
Yeah.
Now we cut to Paul trying to tell Parker to end his party early because Natalie was right.
Mm-hmm.
And Parker turns the music down. He's such a dick here. This is where I was like, okay, you're a D-bag too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I said D-bag instead of douchebag, whatever. But Parker turns the music down and tells everyone, hey, everyone, Paul thinks we should end the party early. So clearly making Paul the heel here.
Yeah. And
makes Paul tell them why. And he tells them there's a killer on campus. And then Parker accuses Paul of possibly being the killer so that he has something to write about. That's a pretty bold accusation, Parker.
It truly is.
And then he tells Paul to leave so everyone else can have a good time, which is also like, aw.
It's kind of sad.
But I mean, I understand why they're like, okay, relax.
Yeah, and they're all in college.
Yeah, why would they give a shit? They have a beer bong and a dog to feed it to, so they have other shit to do.
I also liked here that Sasha was like over that shit. Like, she even looks at Parker like, "Did you really have to be such a dick?"
This is where I realized they were together. I didn't catch it earlier. I was like, oh shit, they're a
I
couple.
Dude, I caught it on the second watch with the Kama Sutra.
The Kama Sutra book, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, "I'm gonna go to the radio station." And he realizes, and he's like, "Oh, you still my girl?"
Okay, so here
Yeah.
I realized, I was like, is she dressed like the bride of Chucky? Is this a Halloween party?
No.
Because they don't say it's a Halloween party, but everyone's kind of dressed weird.
You know what? You're actually right.
And I was like, hold on a second. So when we're filming this episode real time, it's Halloween week, everyone. Yeah. But when you're hearing this, it's Halloween is past. But it kind of still fits our Halloween theme in a bit, or in a way, because I feel like this was a Halloween party, even though it's about the Stanley Hall massacre.
You're right. There were people dressed like they were dressed up like it was a Halloween party.
Like actually in costumes.
Yeah.
And she's dressed like Tiffany here.
So maybe she's supposed to be.
But I looked into it because I was like, hold on a second. This is what, 1998?
Yeah.
That's when Bride of Chucky came out.
Oh.
And I was like, hold on a second. So this was the rabbit hole I dove down, because she's wearing a white dress that's kind of lacy, a leather jacket, black boots. She has like a random choker on. It's not quite Tiffany's necklace, but whatever. It's like a spiked collar. And she has blonde hair. I was like, she looks just like Tiffany, just without the makeup.
Yeah.
And so I looked into it, and this is so weird, okay? So Bride of Chucky, I love Bride of Chucky. It might be my favorite in the franchise. I'm sure we're going to cover it one day. Both came out in 1998, okay? There's an overlap here because they filmed around the same time in Toronto, both of them.
Whoa.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So there's an overlap with cast and crew too, but there's no confirmation that she was purposefully being Tiffany.
Whoa.
So I was like, was the wardrobe person the same? They weren't. But for example, I mean, the number one person would be Brad Dourif, was the overlap here.
Yeah.
Doing the voice of Chucky and then also being the gas station attendant. Okay, we have a bunch of stunt performers that did both movies. A makeup artist that served on both films, Sid Armour. Michael McDonnell, who Brad Dourif was named after in this movie, is the producer on Urban Legend and assistant director on Bride of Chucky.
Whoa, dude.
They both filmed between April and June. One was April to June and one was April to July of 1998, both in Toronto. Like, what are the odds that she is dressed like Tiffany? I feel like that had to have been.
I love that you dove into that, dude. That is so, I had no idea, man. That
Hell
is
yes.
so cool.
This was my deep dive. So it's just so odd. I feel like maybe it wasn't on purpose, but was it a coincidence, or did she happen to see Tiffany or talk to a crew member who was telling her about Tiffany, and then, or like the wardrobe person, and they're like, oh, what if maybe it inspired someone? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure, but I'm so curious about it.
Dude.
It's so weird.
I love that oh my God. Yo.
Oh, when I realized they were filming at the same time in the same place, I was like, hold on a second.
One of my favorite things about us is our rabbit hole dives.
Me too.
Even when it has it's like the tiniest bit about the movie.
Yeah, like, does this have anything to do with the movie? No.
No, but it's so fun to like just dive head first into these like crazy rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Because you end up in some like weird places sometimes.
Yes. So also, what I was thinking was, Bride of Chucky did not come out when this was filming, so she wouldn't have seen the movie first. Was my point. Was she wasn't like, oh, I'm going to be Tiffany because this just came out.
Yeah.
Unless she had like insider information, which she probably did. I don't know.
Interesting. I love this. This is great.
Anywho, back to the actual movie.
This was a great like side tangent. I'm here for it.
Hell yeah, I was so excited.
So everyone is like goes back to drinking. The party keeps going. So Parker kind of walks off and he's in like a separate room and he gets a call. And he answers it, and first the person's not talking, and then the person says, like, you're gonna die tonight. And the caller ID says it's from Damon.
Mm-hmm.
And Parker's like, ooh, the call is coming from inside the house, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, wrong urban legend. Actually, it's the urban legend about the old lady that dries her wet dog in the microwave. And Parker immediately, like, realizes, oh shit, and he runs to the kitchen and he can hear the microwave like beeping like it's done. He opens it up. The dog is exploded.
He is cooked.
Yo.
That is a hot dog right there. Sorry. I know, I'm like, they're so insensitive that I say that.
That was like such a dad joke.
I know.
That is one hot dog.
That's what I wrote in my notes.
Oh, that's so funny. Horrifying. I had to cover my eyes. I didn't look at it. I did not look at it.
It's pretty gory.
So obviously Parker is like freaking out. He runs to the bathroom. He starts throwing up. The killer comes up from behind him and dunks his head into the toilet and like kind of he passes out.
Yeah.
What a horrible thing to happen to you, man.
Yeah.
Like, not only you're gonna die, but like you gotta stick your head in a dirty ass toilet.
And then he ties him to the toilet,
Ew, there's so many germs.
force feeds him Pop Rocks with that beer bong,
And then Drano.
and then Drano, which is not quite the urban legend, but they had to make it work for their theme. They had a theme going here.
Absolutely, absolutely. What a way to go out.
Yikes. I mean, the Drano would have done it alone, but that's not the point.
But like, what a way to like just level up. Like,
Yeah.
not you're getting your head dunked in a toilet. You're
And then
getting
he's
Pop
like,
Rocks Drano.
Pop Rocks. Oh shit, Drano.
Yeah, right? Oh my gosh. Okay. So,
So now we see Reese, who
Yes.
is trying to call for help. But the police are telling her, due to the storm, all units are busy, basically, which, what?
mm-hmm.
Natalie tries to call Paul. It's going to his voicemail, so we don't know where Paul is.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha is at the radio station, like she said she was going to. She's taken a couple of calls, and she's talking to a couple who is stuck in a sexual position, which we don't find out what it is because we see her producer in the background.
How could they be stuck?
I don't know, man.
Like, what were they doing?
I don't know. Maybe they were using like some kind of toy.
Oh, and they were like stuck in the toy?
I don't know.
Because, like, how do you get stuck to someone?
I don't know.
Right?
Unless they're like, I don't know. I could think of some ways, but I don't know if they're realistic or not.
That's what I mean.
We can speculate in the
Yeah.
Patreon extended. But we see her producer in the background get attacked by someone,
Mhm.
and then the power goes out.
I love that you can see it. Like, we can see it, but she can't see it. I love that.
Yeah, she can't see it and she can't hear it because that glass is separating them.
Mm-hmm.
The killer smashes through the glass with the axe and starts chasing her through this radio station, which no one else is at, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
This whole building is empty and it's huge.
It's a huge, huge, huge building. It's like deserted.
And it's on campus.
yeah, yeah.
So I guess that's why, because she just went to do her show. Everyone's at this party. So,
Every single person in the school, everyone is
Yeah.
at the party.
and so at the party, back at the party, Natalie and everyone else can hear this happening on the radio.
And Natalie's the only one reacting to it, by the way. Nobody else seems to think this is an issue.
Right. And she's like, she's like, oh my gosh, someone help or whatever. That guy from earlier comes up and is like, clearly she's doing a performance piece to commemorate the massacre.
I wanted to punch him in the mouth.
Like he's just, he's a know-it-all.
He's a know-it-all.
He's a know-it-all and he's like actually that kind of person.
Well, do you know it's not actually Frankenstein?
It's Frankenstein's monster.
That's
But-
the vibe.
Yeah. But he at one point he goes, she's good. I got chills. Meanwhile, she's literally screaming for her life. We should also mention she was wearing a headset. They show that in the beginning of the movie too. So it's not just the microphone she's talking into for the radio show. She has a headset on. So that's why even though she's running through the building, you can still hear her on the radio.
I had no idea, and I'm so glad you pointed it out because that was something I was going to ask you after the episode.
Oh yeah. When I was watching this, I was like, how the hell are they still hearing her?
Yeah.
So Natalie, because she tries to call, she can't call anyone. She starts running to the station because she wants to help. Now we see Sasha, she's running. She makes it onto an elevator, which must feel like it is taking an eternity for that elevator to get to the third floor.
Dude.
If you're watching the YouTube show, you can see my cat Dolly getting jump scared himself over here. He's very skittish. Sasha is limping around the third floor. She's trying to hide. At one point, she's like hanging from a like stairs or like a balcony, almost a ledge.
Yeah, a stair ledge.
The killer swings the axe down on her, but she drops just in time.
This is a great chase scene. There's a lot of tension in the scene. I thought she was going to die at any moment.
Oh yeah, I thought he was gonna swing the axe on her fingers or something. But
She kept evading him in a way that I was like so surprised.
yeah, now Reese hears Sasha's cries for help on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So we see Sasha gets to a window. She's kind of hiding. She sees Natalie down below, and she starts yelling for Natalie. Natalie made it inside. Natalie, from her POV, she can see the killer come into the room and swing down the axe multiple times on Sasha. It's so sad. Sasha's like crying. She's like, I don't want to die.
It's actually horrifying.
Yeah, it's really, it sits with you in a gross way. And so Sasha gets killed sort of off screen. You don't really see it happening, but you see the killer swinging the axe down. The killer sees Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
So Natalie runs back. She finds Paul. She runs into Paul, tells him what's happened. And then she's like, wait, where were you? Where were you, Paul? He says, oh, I was running all over campus, but she's suspicious of him.
Mm-hmm.
They run outside in the rain. They run into Brenda, who's like, oh my gosh.
He also like, he can tell that she seems spooked by him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, cause he says, he like grabs her arms and he says that he's on her side.
Yes.
I'm on your side. That's just the wording of that.
That's what a killer would say.
I'm on your side.
So they run into Brenda, who's like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And we see that Reese is finding Sasha's body. So now she knows what's happening and she's trying to call for backup again. Paul, Natalie, and Brenda are now driving through the pouring rain. Natalie asks if they smell anything in the car, like something smells weird.
Mm-hmm.
And Brenda's like, maybe we should stop at this gas station. We should see if the phones work. So they do. Paul runs into the gas station. Brenda is like, it does reek in here, actually. And then she apologizes to Natalie about Paul. And she goes, you two like each other. You should be together. Which, that's a mature response.
I thought, while I was watching it, I went, that is really,
That's really mature.
I feel like that's a good friend.
Yeah.
To be like, you know what? I liked this person, but you guys clearly really like each other. So
Right. Like I wasn't dating him. So you know what? You two should see what happens.
yeah.
Isn't that so mature? They hug. Then they hear an alarm go off. They check the trunk.
Oh, it's an
and
alarm? I thought it was a cell phone.
No, it's his watch.
Oh.
Because it goes off in the classroom too.
Now this reminds me of Pin.
Oh my gosh, Pin.
You remember the
Watch Pin if you haven't.
Oh, please watch Pin. It's on YouTube.
Yeah. But
And then listen to our episode on it.
they hear the alarm from the watch from Wexler's watch. They check the trunk and Wexler is dead in the trunk. And now they're like, oh my gosh, Paul is the killer. So the girls start running through the woods.
Yeah.
Paul is now chasing after them. Like, oh my gosh, he's screaming. He's only screaming for Natalie. He just keeps screaming, Natalie, Natalie. Natalie ends up losing Brenda somewhere, but she hears her scream.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie gets to the road. She flags down a car. It just so happens to be the creepy ass janitor. He is so sus in the car too. Like he's side-eyeing her. Like,
dude, he is being so like, okay, brother.
I know we've said sus like 25,000 times in this episode.
But dude, come on. Like,
yeah.
He asks her if she's okay, and he's like, do you need a coat? I got a coat in the back. You want something?
And it's the fucking parka. It looks
the
just like
parka.
it. Why does everyone have this parka?
Okay, but you know what's so funny about this scene? So Natalie's starting to think like, oh gosh, he's the killer,
Yeah.
right? So she starts acting squirrely. From his point of view, though, like his POV is he's looking at her going, what's wrong with you? Because she's like causing a commotion. He's trying to drive. It's raining.
Right. She wants to get let out. She's trying to open the door. He's like, what are you doing?
He like grabs her. He's like, what's happening
He
here?
goes, the door won't open from the inside, which sounds even scarier.
Like, guy, come on.
Then a car passes them with no headlights on. This is so like theatrical. Like you really went out of your way to do this.
I love it.
The janitor goes, oh, damn kids. And he goes to flash the lights. And Natalie's like, no. But it's too late. The car swerves around and starts chasing them, flashing the high beams, then ramming into them, running them off the road. The janitor looks dead here.
I couldn't tell if he was dead or knocked out.
Well, I don't think we see him again, right?
Oh, poor guy.
So I think he's dead. He has a bloody head and he's like leaning on the steering wheel. So maybe dead, maybe not. Natalie escapes.
Mm-hmm.
She gets to an emergency phone, which I'm assuming is just like a campus thing because I've never seen that before.
Also, Reese is back at the school. She grabs her gun and she looks at the movie poster from Coffee.
Yes.
It is Coffee, right? That's the movie poster. And
or
she's
at least
like,
that's the movie she was watching at least.
She's like, I'm ready. Like, she just looks so ready to fucking go.
She is going to have her moment.
Oh,
but the emergency phone is like you press a button on it and it's supposed to call like security basically. And then this light starts flashing on the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, she hears screaming coming from the abandoned Stanley Hall, which is right where she is.
Oh boy.
It sounds like Brenda screaming for help.
Mm-hmm.
So Natalie gets inside. She ends up doing basically the final girl run through.
Yeah.
Okay, so she sees Parker fall out of a door with
This is so Halloween.
Yes.
The whole thing, I went, oh my gosh, it's Halloween.
He has like the Drano blue mouth. The dean is dead on the bed. Damon is hanging when she opens another door. So now we know for sure he's dead, which we already kind of knew, but she goes into another room where she sees Brenda laid out on a bed.
With all these like lit candles everywhere. It all looks very staged.
She sits on the bed and just starts crying. I'm like, girl, check on her.
Yeah, can you check her pulse?
But it doesn't matter because Brenda rises up and punches her out, knocks her ass out.
Dude.
I was actually surprised.
What a swerve. I was not anticipating this even a little bit.
No.
And can I just say, Brenda looks like an absolute psychopath.
Oh, Rebecca Gayheart does such an amazing job.
What a switch flip. Like, dude, her eyes get
She
so
has huge
big
eyes.
and intense.
Yeah.
Oh, I think she's such a great psycho.
This also made sense to me because I know her from Jawbreaker, which I forget if Jawbreaker came out before or after this. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, Rebecca Gayheart should be like the main girl, but she's not. That's kind of weird that she's like the side character. But
Right.
now this makes more sense to me, that she's actually a bigger character than she seemed throughout the movie.
Mhm.
And so she has a whole slideshow ready and everything for
Like a
Natalie.
projector.
I made a PowerPoint, girl.
It makes it makes sense with all the theatrics she's done throughout the movie.
Oh yeah, she is going above and beyond.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I love a PowerPoint.
I know.
I'm working on the PowerPoint. I'm still working on
I'm
it.
waiting for your Michael Myers PowerPoint.
I love a PowerPoint. Do you ever see those like TikToks where people like get together and each person at the party or each person in the group has to do a PowerPoint presentation on a topic of their choice?
No,
I would love to be invited to a party like that.
let's throw one.
Could we really? Because
That
I'm
sounds
not kidding.
amazing.
I would love it. Like maybe we could even do it where like we put a bunch of things in a jar and you have to pick something out. Like maybe it's all the same
Yeah.
theme or I don't know. But I think that would be so fun. I
Let's
love
plan
making
this right
PowerPoints.
now on the podcast.
Guys, who wants to join us?
That sounds like so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is not fun that Brenda is presenting. So
Right.
Brenda tells Natalie that the guy her and Michelle ran off the road and killed that night was Brenda's boyfriend, the love of her life.
Not gonna lie, I kind of get it.
Okay, I have thoughts about this. We'll get to it when I get to my notes about it. But they were going to get married after graduation.
Mm-hmm.
She also mentions she did try therapy and it didn't help. So, I mean, at least she tried.
The way she says it too, like I tried therapy and it obviously didn't work.
Yeah. She tells Natalie, "You used an urban legend to kill my boyfriend." And Natalie says, "Well, what are you going to do to me?" And Brenda goes, "Well, just my favorite UL," which is so funny. She's abbreviating urban legend.
Yeah.
Like she's trying to abbreviate it like was a very popular. I think it started around the 90s, right? To abbreviate like LOL, LMAO.
Yep.
Just my favorite UL,
Mhm.
the kidney heist, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard this one too, where someone gets drugged, they wake up and they're in a bathtub full of ice and their kidney is gone. They have just stitches on the side and it gets sold on the black market.
Dude, I thought this was gonna happen to me.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
This
I thought
is definitely one I heard as a kid.
I thought it was gonna happen to me, especially
Ugh.
when I started going to like indies and driving places by myself. Oof.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
So Reese is pulling up to where the emergency phone is lit up outside. So she's being led by that emergency phone. It was good that she pressed the button. We also find out that Brenda is planning on framing Wexler for everything.
Mhm.
It all makes sense, right? He's obsessed with the urban legends. She tapes Natalie's mouth shut and basically starts cutting her with a scalpel. She's like, "Is this the kidney? Oh, I don't remember. Is this the liver?"
Oh, it's so. I wasn't expecting her to actually start slicing her stomach open, dude.
This type of slasher feels like she's about to do it and then someone saves her, but she actually does start cutting her.
With a scalpel.
Oh, which I will tell you, the kidney is on the right side
Oh.
because you throw a left hook to drop someone if you want to hit them in the kidney.
Oh, I
or the
love-
liver. Wait, the kidneys or the liver? Liver shot. Liver shot.
I love that you know that. I do feel safe with
I
you,
thought
AK.
I thought kidneys were on both sides, aren't they?
I would just
There's
start
just two of them.
stabbing. No, I'm just kidding.
Anywho,
Hope for the best.
so she starts cutting Natalie open and Reese bursts in and she does get Brenda to back up.
Mhm.
Brenda pulls out a switchblade and is able to slice up Reese, knocking her down and getting her gun.
Mhm.
Natalie is broken free at this point, and Brenda is like, okay, never mind. I was like, what the fuck did I write? Got it. Brenda gets the gun. She points it at Natalie, and she's like, shit, bullet to the head. Okay, not exactly an urban legend, but, you got to work with what you got, basically. Natalie tells her this won't bring him back. And she says, no, but it will bring a sad little Paul into my arms. I'm like, damn, girl.
That is wild.
I know. Paul is there. You hear Paul start slow clapping, which I'm like, Paul, this is not the situation. But I understand his
Do
strategy.
you think he was a theater kid?
He starts slow clapping, walking into the room and goes, great job, Brenda. I thought Natalie fucked this all up for me. But, maybe you can give me the details, only details you know for my story. Like he's trying to convince her like, oh, what you're doing is great. We can use this.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, she says, it'll help your career and we'd be so fucking hot together, Paul. And then he goes, yeah, just give me the gun. And I do kind of love this part, even though Brenda is the bad guy here. She goes, you're cute, Paul, but you're not that fucking cute. And she points the gun at him.
I was so glad that she didn't fall for it. Because, I think she wanted to fall for it and
I
then
know.
realized.
But there was a part of me that was like, okay, I'm glad you're not that dumb.
Yeah, me too.
Then she goes, which one of you should I kill first? Eeny, meeny, and she's pointing the gun back and forth. Eeny, meeny, miny. And then Reese goes, Mo, blast her. Okay. She gets her Foxy Brown moment or her coffee moment, however you want to look at it.
I was cheering.
Yes. So when she shoots Brenda and knocks the gun out of her hand, Natalie grabs it and Brenda goes, "What are you going to do? Shoot me, Natalie? What
Dude.
kind of friend are you?" She's trying to fuck with her.
Dude, yo, this was so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Natalie full on just shoots her, man.
Yeah. Brenda starts screaming almost like she
Like
was
she was
going to
gonna,
charge
like,
her.
lunge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Natalie says, "Bop, bop."
She flies backwards through the window onto the pavement below.
Natalie, what the hell? Natalie said, "Brah." That's why my tongue was tied. I was going to do that. Anyway, yes, she goes through the window, however many stories high they are.
Mm-hmm.
And Reese is still alive. Paramedics are on their way. Natalie and Paul are driving away at this point, which I don't know why. I'm guessing everything is settled because I'm like, don't you have to stay on the scene?
Yeah.
But whatever. They're driving away, talking about how they're going to become an urban legend now.
Yeah.
But, you know, the details are going to change over time. Like,
yeah, like I think Natalie says, I become a guy. No,
Yeah.
Brenda, no, she goes, Brenda becomes a guy.
yeah,
I end up in an insane asylum.
yeah.
And Paul will become a cop. And then Paul's like, okay, but then if it's an urban legend, what's the twist?
And then Brenda pops up from the back seat again.
Whoa, this girl, she can't die. She's Michael Myers.
So I'm guessing the cops didn't show up.
Dude, I don't know.
I don't know, but maybe they did and she escaped. The girls start fighting as Paul is driving, which I don't know why Paul didn't just stop the car. But you know what? It's for the theatrics once again.
And also she hits Paul in the head with the axe.
At one point.
Kind of
But like the side of it.
Yeah.
The side of the axe.
Yeah.
So
That's gotta fuck you up a little bit.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
metal. So Brenda goes to swing the axe. Mind you, do you have any idea how hard it would be to swing an axe inside a car?
Oh yeah, I agree.
Like that's a long object and you don't have a lot of space. But anyway, Paul does slam on the brakes here, sending Brenda through the windshield off a bridge and into the water below.
It's so wild.
So wild. They get out and look down and it seems like Brenda is floating in the water.
Yeah.
She's face up. So they do see her face. She seems to be dead.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we kind of fades out and Natalie and Paul can kind of like embrace, you know?
Yeah.
We cut back to the school to some new kids. It's a new semester, I'm guessing. And there's a new guy. We don't know who he is, but he's telling an urban legend about what we just watched, basically.
Yes, he's basically doing exactly what Natalie said was going to happen.
Yep. And similar to the beginning of this movie,
Mhm.
where Parker was telling them about Stanley Hall Massacre, he is telling them about Brenda, essentially, and Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone laughs it off. That's not real. That didn't really happen here. And he says the same thing. Yes, they're just covering it up. Everyone's covering it up. And then one guy goes, "Oh yeah, Natalie, that's my cousin, or that's like my cousin's friend, or something like that." And someone says, "Yeah, and Brenda's the girl in that Noxzema commercial. Rebecca Gayheart was really in a Noxzema commercial."
Oh my God, she was.
Yeah.
I forgot about those
Yeah.
commercials.
And then we hear someone say, "That's not how it went at all. This is how the story really goes." And the camera pans. It is fucking Brenda with a different hairstyle.
I mean, she's unstoppable.
And that is the end of the movie.
That's it. I think it's a fun ride, man.
It's such a fun movie, but there are so many, of course, like many 90s slashers.
Plot holes galore.
Sure. And like, I'm like, okay, Brenda looks exactly the same face. She just has like slightly darker hair and it's like not as curly.
Agreed.
But she looks exactly the
It's
same.
like Peter Parker taking off his spectacles.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay. You haven't really
Do
changed.
you mean Clark? Wait, what is his name? You're talking about Superman?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
What is his name?
Clark Kent. Clark
Clark
Kent.
Kent.
What did I call him? Peter Parker
Peter Par-
Spider-Man.
yeah.
Shit. My bad. Sorry. I messed up my Marvel characters.
That's okay.
Uh,
I'm surprised I even knew that, to be honest.
she is unstoppable. She's unstoppable force.
Yeah, she's back and I don't know what she's going to do now, but
I mean, great psychopath, though.
yeah,
She was incredible. Do you want to hear some fun facts?
I sure do.
Okay, yeah. And also, I will say this. Don't go into this movie thinking like this is some kind of like, it's not Scream,
Well,
but it's a fun ride.
yeah, it's a fun slasher.
I like it.
Me too.
I love it. And I love the 90s vibes. If you're a fan of like that 90s, there's just something about it. H2O, what is that one with the teacher and the other girl from Dawson's Creek? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about The Faculty?
Oh, there's The Faculty with Josh Hartnett.
Is Katie Holmes in that one?
Katie Holmes, I don't know if Katie Holmes is in that one, but she's in the other one that I'm thinking of that I can't off the top of my. I can see the cover, but I can't. Anyways, it's like a genre. I feel like there's just a genre. Like the late 90s had a string of really fun.
The late 1900s. It is. Oh my gosh, the late 1900s.
That's horrifying to think about. It's just a really fun ride. Okay, if you like a whodunit, I think you guys will dig it.
Are you talking about disturbing behavior?
I am.
I googled it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there is a reboot currently in development. There was one in development in 2020, but the project was canceled. So apparently, though, there's one in development now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the killer's outfit.
Yes.
Okay, so the reason that she's in a parka is because the film was originally planned to be set in the middle of winter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The weather was too warm, so they decided to drop the winter aspect of the storyline rather than use like fake snow and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then they were just like, you know what? Let's just keep it as a big old jacket for the killer. Who cares?
It made sense to me because the party made me feel like it was Halloween time. I'm like, yeah, it's getting cold.
Yeah, it didn't really stand out as an issue for me. Sarah Michelle Gellar accepted the role of Sasha.
Oh.
But she had to back out because of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Makes sense.
So you remember when Parker was like talking about spider eggs and bubblegum?
Yeah.
Apparently that line was dubbed.
Okay.
I don't exactly know why the line was dubbed, but I think it might have been dubbed because he said Bubblicious and they had to cut out Bubblicious and turn it to bubblegum.
Wow.
Yeah, because they didn't have the rights to like use it.
You can't even say it?
I mean, I guess not. Maybe Bubblicious is like, not on my watch, man.
Can we say it?
Right?
That's so interesting. I love that.
Tara Reid also performed her own stunts during her chase scene,
Nice.
including the fall over the staircase landing.
Oh, shit.
She was on a harness, but yeah.
Okay.
But
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
That's still pretty badass.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool when actors do their own stunts.
I would totally want to do my own stunts. I mean, we do stunts basically.
Yeah.
But
when I did Puppet Master, I did like my own little stunt.
hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that was Urban Legend. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, please give our podcast a 5-star review wherever you listen to your podcast. It really helps our podcast grow. How many times did I just say podcast, AK? Like 6, 5, 4? I don't know.
Less than we said sus.
We also have social media. We are on TikTok and Instagram at Chainsaw Girls Pod. You can shoot us an email, chainsawgirlspod@gmail.com. We also have a freaking Patreon. And right now, we are shouting out our top tier patrons.
Let's go.
John M, Devin C, Angel R, Jolene, David G, John M, Jonathan W, Rob V, David T, Heather D, Franchise Driller, aka Ryan, Millie C, Adrian G, Chris S, Alex T, Adam VL, and James C. Thank you so much for being our top tier patrons, man. Our Patreon list is growing.
Yes.
We
Thank you
appreciate
so much.
you. You're the freaking best.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
bye.